Hey, welcome back. It's the Match Ball Grid. How's everyone doing? Happy Easter, y'all. How's everyone doing? It is April 13th. This is technically Easter Monday. Thank you for your patience. I said I would stream this weekend, and I thought it was going to happen on Sunday, but that didn't work. Did some family things across the internet, but luckily it's a 3-day weekend here in the beautiful Quebec. So we got this Monday off, so we're going to stream a bit this afternoon. Hopefully that's finding you well. I don't know what it is. Does America have today off, or does America have tomorrow off? I mean, Friday? Whoops. So we're going to stream a bit today. How's everyone doing? Zach, what's up? Hello. Hey, how you doing? How's it been? The bat signal is live. We're going to goof around a bit today. We're going to build some decks. I want to play with some tags. There's a Twitch comment that says government jobs got today off here, but I don't say who's, it doesn't show who said it. Something's wrong. 1 second. I don't know who said that comment, but what's up? Also skip on. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome. Really, that's weird. Parallel, was that you then? Yeah, it doesn't show your name. It just says the text. Chris, what's up? I'm in America. We don't have it off. Okay, government jobs get today off here. Okay, cool. Well, I think Ontario at least had Friday off, the Good Friday, and this is Easter Monday, which Quebec has off. I don't know whether there's a reason why everybody has a different day off or whether Quebec just wants to be a bit different, which wouldn't surprise me. It's kind of a thing they like to do. DBFS West, most American people don't get today off. Oh, bummer. Is everyone working at home or at least just hanging out? RC, what's up? Makes a change for me to be able to watch. Yeah! How's it going, dude? You keeping good? Jessica, what's up? Hey, your stream just came as I finished writing. I was actually being productive. Oh, I'm so fucking sorry. Hey, Serenity. Hey, what's up, RC? How are you doing? It's been a minute. How's Denise doing? I think we get both off in Quebec. Or is it only government jobs? Yo, Vincent, what's up? We didn't get Friday off. I had to work Friday, so I assume it's maybe just because you're a government. Because you're a government suit. Jester, what's up? We get Sunday off. Yo, Andre, I'm working from home. Yo, fuck your productivity. Hey, we got some Netrunner. Also, Sanjay, how you doing? Yo, thanks for all the con lists. It was con for 2 weeks. And I don't think I liked it that much. All good, my friend. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. Happy Canada. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Play Valorant, Andre. Screw A&R. Yo, I'm like really bummed out. If you don't know, Valorant is like Riot's new big game, and Riot hasn't put out a really big game besides like TFT for a while. And if you watch it, I think the quick description is a combination between CSGO and Overwatch. The problem is I really don't like CSGO. And so I'm aware that now like this huge conversation hopefully catches on, and esports in the next 2 years is going to be about a game that I have no pleasure playing. So fuck it. Anyways, welcome to Valorant. If you, I think I can't say this legally, but Valorant drops. Get your keys here. Just subscribe and watch, and then it's not true. UK is a full 3D weekend. Not that it makes a difference for me. Still off sick. Praise be for Never Entertainment. Hopefully you're doing okay, Tanuki. Sorry to hear. Glad you could make it at least. Hopefully you're feeling a bit better very soon. We're not going to start with the deck list of the week. I think we're going to save that for Thursday. I'm going to get another video up. We had our GNK. I have the second video. It's all exported and rendered. I just need to upload it. So that will be up later tonight, if not early tomorrow morning, based off of your time zone. And then we're going to probably, it's Monday. I don't know if we're going to stream again till Thursday. We'll probably get another video up on Tuesday or Wednesday, so that at least there's more content coming out. Our GNK was really fun. We have another one coming up. Oh no, GMT friendly stream. I think I gotta run D&D. I'll check out the VOD later. Thanks for this Netrunner content during lockdown. Hey, Padraig, take care. Enjoy the D&D. I'm coming back from being away from Netrunner for years, excited to learn about the meta. DBFS, what's up? We're not gonna like touch exactly the meta. We're gonna do something a bit weird, but let me tell you, the meta right now is pretty it's pretty good. It's actually like, at least in the Montreal scene, it's pretty well represented. We've seen tournaments where there's, some stuff seems to be pretty consistent, but it's not like as homogenous at all. There's also a lot of really exciting cards. The new cards have been really great. Oh yeah, the GNK video was great. Glad you like it. The next one is particularly, just as a little teaser, is particularly wild. It's a surprisingly exciting game for something I didn't know what I was playing into. But the first game is versus Building a Better World, like Core Set Transaction Wayland, and it's like a really close game. And then the second one is against Jasminder Serene. So playing against somebody from my meta, actually a coworker who plays some wild decks, and it's really fun to play. You see stuff's going well. Can't wait to share it with everyone. Yo, everyone feels the same way. Glad to hear that. Tiago, what's up? Hey, Andre, your channel's gotten me back to Netrunner. Fuck yeah, I'm from Montreal, and recommendations of store to visit after this lockdown is done. Hell yeah. Stores to visit. So, for Netrunner specifically, or just like board game stuff? Specifically, there's a Netrunner scene. If we show up in person, there's two places that you're most likely going to see people playing Netrunner. We do these sort of like, okay, firstly, a lot of things. We have a GNK. It's a Montreal GNK. There's a Montreal Slack. You can join MTL Netrunner. Just email@gmail.com. Email them and we can get you into the Slack. We have a GNK event on the 21st, so you can meet some nice people from Montreal. It's pretty great. Welcome to Montreal. Or if you're already from there, what's up? Places to play, unfortunately, right now, but those GNKs are usually at Randolph Pub Ludique, which is in like the Latin Quarter, just by Barrie UQAM Metro. And we usually will do an event. Roberto usually runs events there Tuesday nights, Monday nights, stuff like that. We're there for like 3-4 hours. Otherwise, most of our big tournaments are either in Laval, at BD Cosmos, which you can get to just walking from the end of the line if you take the metro all the way north to across onto Laval. And then we were meant to have a store championship at the Randolph pub up in Rosemont, which is just a couple blocks away from here. Those are kind of the big places. I haven't been out regularly playing Netrunner for a while. It would usually be GNKs. We used to do weeklies, but that was when the game was like booming years ago, and nobody has like really taken that spot. I think a lot more people play on JNet. Catman's still a thing? I haven't actually tried it. I think Catman's probably underrated DBFS. I think Catman's probably pretty good. K-rotated, and we don't see admin very often. It's fucking wild, though. Like, even in in the Anarch, like, play an admin, play Data Sucker, play an Ice Carver. Like, you can probably get pretty far. You can probably get really far with that. I haven't turned in a bit. Princess Space Kid chalk drawing is quite excellent. Oh, glad you like it, Sanjay. Maddie, who is actually just trying out Final Fantasy now in the next room. She drew that. Thanks a lot. No problem. Also, Tiago, to get into the GNK, we have, what's it called? A Discord channel. Fuck me if I know the invite code, but if you get into the Slack, we can get you an invite code. If you go on Facebook, there's a Montreal Netrunner group, and in there you'll find a Discord invite. Look for posts by a dude named Roberto. We'll get you in on there. It's good stuff. The community is great here. We had a GMK last week and there's 14 players. Like, the scene in Montreal is booming. Or the core cards are gone, right? Most of the core cards, I wouldn't say most. I definitely wouldn't say most, but they're generally the ones that were a bit really, really, really strong aren't there anymore, but a lot of the staples still exist. Good day, everyone. How you holding up? Good old. I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. Got a bit of a sore throat. I've been doing more streaming, which means talking at a pretty fast clip for about 3 hours every 2-3 days, and hasn't been doing well in my throat. So basically the days between it, I have to like gargle salt water and drink a lot of tea. I don't know what's going on. I just haven't had to talk this like consistently, and I don't think I've had the downtime to figure it out. Lil, what's up? What's your take on runners being behind overall and 419 kind of holding that by being so good? Seems like in Europe that perception is the overall corps have way more power options and variety, whereas runners are a lot more narrow. But some of the US folks seem to think runners were doing great. Personally, I play relatively casually and this meta seems lovely, but I can see the argument for runners being a bit more narrow at the moment at top level. So yeah, curious what your take is. Interestingly enough, Lilin, I don't know if this website's going to pull it up here. Shit. What is it? Was it just rndinterface.com? So a couple of weeks ago, we looked at, somebody compiled the data from, here we go. This is the data that somebody compiled. And this is goes back to, I think, September of last year, of the games that are specifically the win and loss games that are reported on Always Be Running. So by no means is this, conclusive or a big enough data set to look at this in any sort of largely scientific method. But at least the general trend that we looked at is the corp win rates are high. They're above 50. Whether that's considered high or not, I think Wayland is like 60%, which is probably a bit much. Runners are below 50 all across the board. So if I want to follow these stats, I would agree with you. I think on the runner side, there's a lot of strong things on the corp side. This is off the top of my head. On the corp side, you have a variety of win conditions, and you can be pretty flexible in forcing the runner to have to deal with 1 or 2 win conditions. Most corp decks now can have 1 or 2 win conditions, and that's pretty compelling. You're seeing hard-hitting news, C-Source, that's sort of like external win conditions. You're seeing like the late game Glacier in Wayland. Jinteki has that rush with all the abilities that also does go into late game pretty well. So I think they're doing good. They have a lot of good options. There's still some really good ice, really good upgrades, strong operations. There's some unfair stuff you can do with tags and false leads and assets and all that sort of stuff. So that seems really good. But on the runner side, it feels a bit more like, to me, like, I agree. I struggle to enjoy the wild stuff that isn't as competitive or as good at generating credits. Like, that's just a big thing. If your deck can't generate credits, you're going to struggle a lot of times to interact, just on the basis that you have to deal with things like assets or hard-hitting news and C-source, like stuff like that. If you don't have credits, it's kind of hard to interact. And then a lot of times we find on JNet, and I don't think this is representative of the meta, but at least in our experience when playing on JNet, we play against so much like big ice Wayland Glacier, which is also something that a lot of decks struggle to deal with. And we play a lot of aggressive criminal Amakua, so maybe that's on us, right? Like, we can't get our accesses, can't get our Amakua tokens, so I can't be too upset about that. But that's kind of what I've seen. I think there was a time back 4 or 5 years ago where even like really janky wild runners had a chance with really bad economy, with wild R&D interfaces, or sorry, like Maker's Eyes, that you had a chance to get in and get some accesses and win games, even that you didn't deserve to win them. And I feel like that's happening less and less so. I feel like it was the thing. So Sanjay is actually in the YouTube chat, and Sanjay had 2 con decks that went up, and those con decks where they had an economy, they had no real tricks to it. It was just like, here's some money, and kind of have at it and trying to win off turning wheel. And we struggled the fuck out of that because we play against Wayland decks that like ice up, and then we couldn't get accesses, and like, I don't know, it all falls apart. But I think the point here is, like, if you're doing something weirder and wilder, I think it's really hard to pull off something that isn't, at least the way that I like to play, to pull, it's hard to pull off something that's wild that also is consistent, or it doesn't leave me with the bad feeling sometimes that I just get locked out of stuff. Which I didn't feel entirely the way back like 5 years ago. And I'm not saying that's worse. I just think, I do agree. I think the runners have a pretty narrow field. I think the thing right now that's bothering me is anytime I try to make anything that's like, ooh, cool, we can squeeze value by using Q Prognostic Q Loop with Mantle. And it just is worse than playing Rizeki, which is a bummer because Rizeki is a boring card. At least that's my 2 cents, but I do agree. I think the runner side might be more narrow. And of course, a lot of this could just be that we haven't figured out a bunch of shit. Like, I don't think Prognostic Q Loop has had enough playing with. I think that card's pretty good with Oracle May, like some cool shit there. I feel like Shaper has largely been represented as being behind the curve, and the numbers support that. And I'm not a great Shaper player. I'm not a great Shaper tinkerer. So I can't really throw my hat into that ring, or like my whatever. I can't really support that and try and figure that problem out. Criminal, a lot of people are just saying on Amakua because it's good. Stealth has been performing well, and I think Stealth is not my cup of tea, but it's definitely been pretty great. Anarch, you have a lot of options. Apocalypse, I think, is just still really good. But just like basic Anarchist stuff, I don't know. I still think there's a lot of card pool that you're going to struggle to pull into your deck on a competitive field. More so for the maybe for the runners than the corpse. Anywho, there's always this big conversation too about corpse having less flexibility to do weird stuff, just on the basis that, like, 20% of their deck has to be agendas, and then like they need at least usually 13 to 17 ice or to 20 ice based off of their deck, and you have a lot less flexibility. Where on the runner you could, but a lot of times we're not afforded that for some reason. Let me catch up a bit on chat because I rambled for a while. Yo, Pink, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing good. Tanika said, enjoy the G&K game you uploaded. Love to see a good Chronos deck. Yeah, we got some exciting games coming up. That one was a bit more like, ooh, time, you're dead. Good, it's fine. Sick is the one I've heard before. Hey, Andre, what's up, Alex? How you doing? Listening frequently. Your videos really appreciate the way you play and helps me better at Netrunner play. Always happy to see a new post from you. Oh, that's really kind, Alex. Glad to hear. If you have any questions, by the way, anything like people, I gotta answer some YouTube comments because I've been bad for a while. But I really like it, especially when we upload games, because people are like asking questions about my poor decisions or my interesting decisions, and it's cool to be able to explain them and figure out that I'm wrong, which is fine. I think Corpse being able to play all the 5/3s, they're hard to find and hard to steal. It's really made runners need to be very narrow. I think that's also true. Yeah, there are fewer agendas going a lot. And this is also like the problem that I keep running into playing against Wayland with only 5/3s. It's like, and government takeover, maybe it's like that deck has 6 agendas. So if you don't have really compelling R&D access or like multi-access, it's like, do you want to run R&D for a really small chance of a single after you're running through 2 huge ice? Like, it's such a problem. Must be a holiday live stream. DJ, what's up? Sanjay says, building a Shaper deck with functional econ has been so hard. I believe it. I definitely believe it. And I feel like Shaper econ right now, like Anakam is a hell of a card. I'm interested in trying out Serene, Jasminder Serene with, oh, you can't play Liza anymore. Oh, fuck. Never mind. Forget that. Yo, Lunilla, what's up? How you doing? There used to be a great multi-axis, more agendas per corp deck. Now we have to do few agendas in turning wheel. Yeah. Love Shaper, but I can't really play it in the current meta. They just don't have a good reg-ass list ATM. Another big problem, and I'm not convinced how big of a problem it is right now, but something that does very much limit what's playable on the runner side, way more than the corp side, way more on the runner side, sorry, than the corp side, is current. Like, if you're playing Shaper and you're playing like Aesops and you have a bunch of resources, it's really hard to put a current into your deck. I don't know what you put into your deck. The Shaper currents aren't very good. They aren't very compelling in a lot of lists and a lot of engines. And you have to deal with scarcity. Any corp can put in scarcity, and scarcity is so fucking good right now. Criminals have it if they want to play corporate grant restricted. Anarchs have 2 currents at least that are pretty compelling. But Shapers just absolutely get hosed by currents. Scarcity ruins Shapers. I have to slot system seizure. You're right on, Andre. Yeah, it's such a problem. Like, I don't know what to do. And like, Shapers love resources. Like, fucking Paula's Cafe came out. You want to play all the resources. You want to play Aesops. You need some resources. You want to play Haley. She loves resources. It's an issue. Yo, Andre, we may. How you doing, dude? How's everyone doing today? Doing good, thanks. Yourself? How's it out there in the wilds? The Haley list with Heartbeat and Reboot has been the most fun Haley I've ever seen, but otherwise, Shapers seem rough. Yeah, single axes are so bad right now. Yeah, they're not great. Agreed on currents. Let me jump over to Twitch. Vincent says, I think compared to when the game was canceled, the Montreal meta is bigger now. There might be a chance of that. Montreal's are absolutely killing it. Massive props to Nisei either way. Yeah, like, look, I want to be, I don't want to say critical. Like, that's my analysis of playing the game. I admittedly don't play the game as much as I used to. And that's also a big deal. Like, now more than ever, we play because we stream pretty consistently. But I used to be playing a lot more Netrunner online all the time. We used to be meeting once a week in person. I don't do that much, so I'm not tinkering as much, which, you know, in some ways is bad because I very rarely present cool new lists I've been working on, which I think is a failure of this channel. I wish we could do a better job of that. So I'm not like, I don't know the meta. I've spent more time like, what's it called? Commentating on tournaments, stuff like that. So that lets me see a breadth, at least, if not a depth of tournament decks, stuff like that. But look, I'm not saying this as in like Nisei's doing a bad job. I just want to be very obvious with it. I think Nisei's absolutely killing it. The last cycle has been fucking dope. And like for a game that was canceled like a year ago, like we're in such a good fucking place. I might be more excited to play now than I was. Well, obviously Red Sand cycle, obviously. Qatar was pretty great, but like great stuff. Obviously there still can be issues with the game. So hopefully that's not discouraging to anybody who hears this. Corps are much more fun to play in the current meta IMO, but I think runners feel more powerful in this meta, is what Vincent is saying. I don't think there's a ton of space for successful deck building outside narrow runner strong decks, so people try to build other runners and don't perform as well. Cheers. 5/3s have become way too strong. Yeah, it's also like so buck wild for people who entered the game. Someone recently, you'll notice a lot of decks are running 5/3 agendas, and this is so good because then in terms of like putting agendas on the table and being scared of them being stolen, it's not a lot of windows, these like stealing scoring windows. You need to score 2 agendas and usually you have a trick for your third one. Unless you're scoring out something again. 5/3s. If you talk to someone playing Netrunner 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 5/3s were a fucking joke. Nobody played 5/3s unless they were the future perfects that you put in your deck so nobody could steal them. And you never had a chance to steal them. Global Food Initiative, mind you, is the one caveat. But like now the decks are running only 5/3s is so wild. And the 5/3s got so good because people wanted defensive 5/3s, not just stuff like, you know, whatever that core set one was that pre-reses things or that reses things for free. Like that's just not good enough. Nearly 2 years ago now. Holy shit, RC. That time flies. Fucking hell. Well played, huh? Currents versus lockdowns, thoughts? I don't think I'm entirely surprised that lockdowns haven't seen as much popularity as they could. I still think there's a chance that they will show up. I still think there's a couple lockdowns that haven't been explored. I think the neutral lockdown is like really good. The problem with lockdowns again is though, it's just like if the meta shifts more towards 4/2s and 3/2s, I think you'll see more lockdowns just because they're so good. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nisei pushed lockdowns on the basis they realized that we were playing too many 5/3s. Now, whether that the lockdowns plus 4/2s are just too many card slots and too fiddly and too trashable and like getting everything in the same order is weird. Also, lockdowns to a large percent also like they enter this weird play space I found where they kind of show the runner what you're doing. Like install events lockdown means that's almost definitely an agenda. And sure, you can have in that bluff space where you fucking lock down an NGO front and you watch them go wild to try and get it, which is cool. But I'm pretty unsure whether people will use their resources like that. But lockdowns are cool. I think 5/3s are still really good. I think that's largely it. I don't know. I think even though lockdowns that are not like very specifically tailored to scoring agendas all the time, like I think the Argus one is really interesting, even in like PE or Obakata decks and Jinteki. The yellow one's definitely has to be good, but nobody plays it, even in like acid spam decks, and a lot of that's like slots. I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard. Joe, what's up? Hello. Hope you're all doing okay during this crisis. Joe, thanks for the positivity. I'm doing way better than it definitely could be. Hope you're doing all right too. Unrelated question. I really enjoyed your Deadlands Reloaded video. Do you know if there's a decent community to find games through TTS or Octagon or the local scene? I don't know. There is a local scene in Montreal. Search Montreal Doomtown on Facebook. You'll find it. I think we're going to be doing more Doomtown content, but not on this channel because I don't want to like clog this up. We'll probably make a new channel, something like that in the future. Just because there's been a lot of interest in it. That game's fun. But yeah, check out Facebook. In terms of other places, I don't know. Finebox Entertainment, they have a forum section. The Doomtown Reddit is like not particularly bustling. I think the Pinebox forums are better, and they do organized play on there. I'm playing Netrunner from the beginning with my partner. I cannot wait until we have enough agendas to not play 5-3s. They just leave the game. Yeah, especially in early Netrunner. Like that was the thing. It's like single access. Oh, they stole my risky investment or whatever that card was called. 5-3s died when Glacier died for a while. Yo, what's up, Maui? Absolutely adore the bluff space, but it's kind of a waste of an NP Gordon. Exactly, like it's such a waste of a Gordon, but like I've seen so cool plays where you install Snare Gordon. It's like, what the fuck? Chats are popping off right now. Yo, that's Monday. We're not even playing Netrunner. We're just talking. Metropole Ranch. Yo, what up, Jim? How you doing? Is the audio fine for everyone? Rad, how's it going? I hope so. It seems so, at least. Yo, Brightsides, what's up? TFP and GFI is only 5-3s ever. Yeah, for a long time, that's all it was. It really was all it was. Where are the rest of the comments you read coming from? Is the Twitch chat just bugged? No, we multi-stream, so half of the community is on YouTube, half the community is on Twitch. So I read from both. If it might be very confusing. I don't read names a lot of times or where the comment is coming from. I should do a better job reading names just so y'all get a bit better representation. I'll keep that in mind, actually. It's a good idea. How's it going, everyone? Priority requisition, thank you. Rabbi, what's up? If you can make restricted banned list changes right now, what would you change? SCD, read my name. Yo, what's up, Sean? How you doing? Mr. Duncan? ECD? SCD. What changes would I make? Fuck, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna... It's crazy. This question... I don't, it's a hard answer because I don't know. You have to do a lot of testing for this. What would I change or ban? I'd probably just get rid of currents at this point because I think they're fucking some shit up, and I don't think they're really particularly fun to play. I think it's gonna make 419 a lot worse, which, you know, if you look at the stats, might not be necessary. I'd be interested to know whether Nisei does crunch large stats like websites like this, or whether they just do internal playtesting or internal/external playtesting. I don't know. But I don't know. Nothing feels really crazy to me. I feel like a lot more often I'd be more excited about boosting the power levels of cards, but like you can't really do that. I don't think we want to do a lot of functional erratas. I don't really have a good answer to that. I think currents are annoying. That's mostly it. I don't like that. He would unrestrict ASOPs. I don't think I would. I really don't think I would. ASOPs economies are nutty, and it's really hard to interact with them. And they're like not particularly interactive. I'm glad the ASOPs is restricted. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Sean? SHM, what's up? Lockdowns better than currents. Currents broke as fuck. I do agree. Lockdowns are way better than currents, at least for the game. In terms of strength, no, because scarcity is fucking nuts. I think there's even just ways to tune cards. Like if scarcity said the first card, stuff like that, so it kind of comes like Azamari where you play around it. Yeah, fine, whatever. I think that depends entirely on your economy. Like you already run, so you've turned off red plant couriers, so they're going to struggle to score it anyways. You'll likely have more time to score it. If you find a future perfect on top of R&D on turn 1 and you fail to steal it, you should keep trying it. Yeah, it depends on the board state, Joe. It's a good question. It depends on the board state. I think we watched a game where we were spectating a tournament where Pat did that, and he ran HQ and ran R&D and saw future perfect on top of the deck and did not run back. And I gave him shit for that on the commentary. And I think that was wrong just because it was coming to time and getting some agendas are important. And that deck runs Obakata and it's kind of a kill deck. So getting some points and then you can play pretty safely after that because you're threatening to win. It's kind of a big deal. But it depends on their economy. If it costs you money to get in and they have more money, maybe not. Still probably worth it. It's a bit trickier than that. I think you can handle multiple streams or comments better than anyone, and certainly better than I do. Hey, Chief Sanjay. Thank you. Lost my last game with Adam trying to steal Future Perfect and failing 6 times in a row. You can play Film Critic, you can play Imp. There's ways around it. There's ways around it. Just give Shapers more burst econ, maybe econ ID. New MWL is being worked on at the moment. Oh, fuck yeah. Yo, RC is saying that right now. So, you know, check out. That'll be happening. Guy Montai, how's it going? Statistics. I just give Shaper more burst econ. So I think, and Nisei's been pretty overt about this, is that Shaper's missing 1 or 2 like just standard operations to get their econ going and make Anacam a bit more playable. I would hold your breath for those. I think I've no doubt those are coming. I was thinking of something. Yeah, do you know what I would fucking change? I would ban Red Planet Couriers. That's what I would ban. I'm not joking. Ban Red Planet Couriers. Get that card out of there. It's dumb. Also, make mass comms cost 4. Yeah. That's my changes. And that's a salty fucking JNet player playing against Wayland. Way too much. I'm hanger on to the Nisei committee, internal playtesting first, then a wider playtest group of approximately 30 of the top players. Oh, fuck yeah. So I'm saying I'm alive and well, curious about the Netrunner game, kind of looking for a way back into it, wondering how it's feeling these days. Feeling really good, dude. Definitely jump in if you can. There's a lot of organized play online, a lot of tournaments, and they're just like people hanging out. It's not just like people stomping with the good. You can definitely check that out if you want. Lol, man, RPC is trying to hurt me. Yo, fuck RPC. RPC is a fun card, you soulless husk. No, it's fucking not! Fucking Bionic out of government takeover is not fun. You did nothing, you don't deserve it. I don't care that you sat there advancing your eyes. It's stupid. Audio does feel weird. We hear you louder depending on where you speak. Oh, you're right! Antoine, you're right! This should be a lot better. Hey, chat! That was very clever. This we were doing it's like Skype calls, and this microphone, well, we were like talking to the family. This microphone has a setting so it gets the audio pattern from the side, so we can have 2 people, and I was on that pattern. That's a lot better. Thank you. Nice. Ban APOC. SHM. Okay, let's talk about this. APOC. Apocalypse should be 5 influence. No fucking around. It's Apocalypse. Why is that a 3 influence card? That makes no sense. Rad, you were right the whole time. Man, we should have listened to you. Why do you hate fun? It's not fucking fun. What else should we ban? There's a couple other things. Film Critic's unrestricted whistleblower cry. Film Critic, I wouldn't mind banning it as long as there's a reprint that is similar but nowhere near as uninteractive. I feel like the space that Film Critic takes up is important. I feel that it is a restricted card right now is a cool balance, but I feel like there's so many archetypes that are just absolutely shot to shit with Film Critic, and in a non-interactive way. I think that's fine, right? Like, I think there's cool to have cards that are really strong against things. I think some of the silver bullets we have might be a bit too generous. Admittedly, maybe runners need it right now. Things like No One Home is just like, oh wow, it's good against net damage and really good against tags. Like it's a lot in a 1 influence 0 cost package. Maybe we need those cards, I couldn't tell you. But I really like Film Critic to be something that's like a one shot. Maybe the Corp can interact with Film Critic the way like Pad Tap can, so like at least you're pressured to use it immediately. Like I feel there's a lot of ways to make the design of Film Critic more interesting. Even if the amount of clicks was congruous or like it was the same as like the advancement cost of the agenda or like the worth of the agenda, stuff like that I think is way more interesting. And for what it's worth, Film Critic is like way worse against 1-pointers, but like that, where's your harpsichord deck, you know? Apoc is legit no fun. I kind of agree with you. It makes interesting games a lot of the time, but a lot of times, yeah, you're right, it can be no fun. The fact that it's 3 influence though just makes no fucking sense. I know Chris Dyer is anti-mass comms because you shouldn't be able to pop that quickly up from 0. I agree, you shouldn't. The cost for that should be like 4 credits so that the runner can interact with you. They can be like, oh, fuck, they have a mass comms. We'll force them to res. We'll keep their money down. The fact they can be like, oh, I'm 0, 18. Fuck. Piss, I get salty. This might not be founded. I want to be very clear. Anything I say about mass comms, Red Blank Couriers, might be based off of how upset it makes me personally. And it might be fine for the game. Mass comms on RPG are balanced by it being difficult getting advanced counters, so it's really wall-to-wall Kayambi. I agree, and I think wall-to-wall Kayambi made that better, but we still were seeing decks back in the day, SSO, stuff like that, where you just sat back, did nothing, advance, credit, advance, credit, and then you just like either buried your 6-point government takeovers or, you know what I mean? No one should be having fun when you play. I've been playing an agency the other week, and I played an APOC low stack, such fun. I've seen some of those shouting about. Werner, what's up? Hello, happy Easter. What are you talking about? We're just kind of rambling. People were talking about the meta right now. There's a really long question, I think, that like jumped into this about how you think the meta is going right now, what changes you'd make. So we're just kind of like shooting the shit based off of balance and stuff like that. Nothing too specific. I want single tag to potentially be more impactful. Maui, I totally respect that. I feel differently. I like that single tag only has like a niche amount of punishment, and the punishment is still really strong. I fucking got all seeing eye the other day. It's brutal. And closed accounts, brutal. Exchange, brutal. But I like the fact that more tags now, it's like, okay, not only do they know where I am, they want me fucking dead, and then they can interact with that. If anything, I might want more tag punishment that interacts with more tags, but then you also need more ways to give more tags, and then you probably need more ways to dodge more tags, which, where's midseason, huh? I disagree about APOC, agree about everything else you mentioned. That's fair. APOC is horrible, but Acid Time exists. That's a different issue, and I don't think Apocalypse, which is such a niche corner deck, should be like the bane to assets. I need to learn to play APOC. COVID got me thinking more about it. Oof. The less I stream, the more match ball streams. Yo, Calf, how you doing? How's your quarantine been? Parallel saying I can't personally stand Apocalypse. I won an SF Store Championships, a simulator Sai Aesop's Apex was fun. We had somebody in the last GNK play Apex, and I asked them after how it went, and they went 0-4 with Apex and went 4-0 with their corp, and they just said it was too slow trying to play a simulator in the modern meta. Might believe it. Sai is good though. Boomerang's also cute. I don't know if it's worth the clicks, flipping and all that shit. How do you save Apex from hell? You just need a bit more digital support. Otherwise, Apex is okay. It's just like you don't have the economy. Fuck, maybe you do have the economy now. I guess you just play Rizeki. You can't play pad tap. You needed like those sort of like just kind of ubiquitous econ cards. Things like crowdfunding. I don't know. It's just hard. Like it's like look at Adam, look at Apex. What does Apex have going for Apex? Like in faction, what Apex cards are good? Reaver is good. It's a good card. It just is a really, really good card. Apocalypse is an absurdly good card, but Apocalypse basically defines your deck. It's not like you could just have a good like mid-range I have money in ice that can break ice deck and put Apocalypse in it. It's probably a fucking mistake because then your board is wiped and then good luck. Maybe you assimilate it back, but assimilator is so expensive and click intensive. So like Apex doesn't have that much going on to you. If you play Pawn Shop, you have Reboot, which is a really good card with Pawn Shop. But again, it's hard to get Pawn Shop on the table. You have no real breakers in faction. You could use Endless Hunger, but the problem with Endless Hunger is end the run subroutines are so not prevalent in modern Netrunner anymore. And they haven't really been for a long time. Like you need to be able to deal with Trace 5 and Trace 6 end the run. You need to be able to deal with take a brain damage end the run. You need to be able to deal with triple advanced whoredom, I guess. I don't know. It's just so hard. So in faction, you don't have that many strengths, I think, where compared to Adam, where you have multi-access, you see the top of the deck, you have multi-threader, you have emergent creativity is one of the best cards in the game in some niche cases. Logic Bomb is fucking killer. Like Apex just did not continue to get that support. Besides the one card that defines the whole faction, but it's hard to play in any other deck, right? Oh, Consume and Hunting Grounds. Oh, sorry. Hunting Grounds is fucking sick. But Hunting Grounds is an Apex card? No, come on, it's one influence. It doesn't matter. Hunting Grounds is an anybody card. And it should be. It's so good. Heartbeat is cool, Jessica. You're right. Heartbeat is really cool. But it's also like niche. It's almost one world, but it's niche, right? It was in that deck specifically because there's a degenerate kill combo deck they had to deal with. I haven't played Apex since I got DreamNet, and that can't hurt. DreamNet's good. DreamNet's really good. I think Rizeki's probably fine. What else did they get? Gachapon is playable because it tutors virtuals. Like Apex definitely got some support, and there's a big chance that we haven't done enough investigating. I can probably confidently say that it's not better than other people doing a similar thing, like DreamNet and Sunny, DreamNet and Adam, DreamNet and Criminal. But, you know, it's a thing. Decks absolutely get hosed by Hunting Grounds. Yeah, Hunting Grounds is fucking nutty. That's a card. Whistleblower might be a bit hard to use. You have to predict you'll steal the specific agenda for accessing. Yeah, Whistleblower is like, it's not the film critic replacement I want. Something a little more flexible than Whistleblower, but way less Silver Bully than FCU. A one-shot FCU would be fine. Yeah, something like that. Like, I don't know. Make it a hardware. Fuck it. And you can use it once. Like, cool shit. Hardware is fun. Give ass support. What does it happen when David leaves the game? If things become a lot of big ass servers that are too expensive to run and no way out, then I'll hate it. Yeah, right now the big David replacement you've got is Boomerang, and let me tell you, Boomerang is way more exciting and way more fun, and I think Boomerang is a huge tool for Apex as well. I think Boomerang's dope in Apex, just because you need that support, and even if you assimilate it, it gets a bit more flexible, but it seems like a lot of hoops to get through. Glad to see you hyped about Netrunner. Hey. Siamna what's up? I kind of hope someday tags get a good place for playing Shoot the Moon is ever a good idea. The problem with Shoot the Moon is, man, it's so hard to fix Shoot the Moon, right? Because if you have so many tags where Shoot the Moon is like a win condition, you can probably kill the runner. So it can't be that great, right? For what it's worth, we did play Shoot the Moon before, and that was in mid-season replacement decks, which is a card of yore, and we played Blue Sun. So we could actually convert that into raw economy. That deck also ran psychographics, but you couldn't control what you drew. Was that worse than playing another copy psychographics? 100%, but it was cool. There's a kind of Parasite reprint in Tripano. I think the Parasite replacement is Chisel, which is great. Are we building Apex now, please? Probably not, Rabbi. I think we're going to do some tag stuff. How are you doing, though? Simulator is punishingly slow. It's so fucking slow, Ubi. How you doing as well? Sounds like we're building Apex deck to me. God damn it, what have I done? This is why I like Rachel Beckman in that deck. She rotated, unfortunately. Fully Endless Hunger ability was worked like Lucky Charm. Yeah, I think Endless Hunger could have been worded in a much more forgiving way. Exactly like Hunger. What's it called? And it would have been really good. Like if Endless Hunger was a way that, it's hard to put a 4MU card on the table, but that you could deal with border controls, that you could deal with Nisei tokens, it might actually cease to splash because I think it's only a 2 influence card. Apex will never be good. People can believe it all they want. No, I could see Apex being good. It's going to take a while. Rob, how you doing, dude? How's your Monday? STM only good if they have meat damage prevention and FA defense. Yes. By the way, Nisei, if you're listening, don't replace it, just remove it. Cuff, what are you talking about? Apex? I'm doing great. Got a little stir crazy, but who's in these days? Yeah, I feel it. Yo, I went for a walk the other day, but I decided to walk into a bad neighborhood. Not like a good, like not a bad neighborhood, but a neighborhood that's just not the nicest. And then nobody was there and all the stores were shuttered. And it was like, probably wasn't bad. Could have just not gone for a walk. It would have felt better. Stack your encounter ice. Remote server 3 combine and win. Oh, soon. And then you gank them, right? Thomas, how you doing as well? Sup, Andre? How you doing? I really want to try to put together a fun psychographics deck. Yo, Psycho's underrated. The thing is, like, Psycho's just so hard to play because if they do flow tags, oh, hey, Cat. If they do flow tags, a lot of times you can kill them. That's kind of an issue. Build Apex. Apex doesn't work. Oh, man. Dinosaurus Endless Hunger, 4MU console. Hey, Tobo, what's up? Apex is the epitome of meh. Yeah, it doesn't feel great right now. And the thing is, like, that's kind of the issue is, like, based off of my understanding, which again, I could be so wrong. I could be watching this in like 6 months and be like, God, he didn't realize how strong Harbinger is with this. Like right now, none of the Apex cards offer anything that excites me about a play experience. Like again, none of the unique Apex cards are that flashy or fun besides Apocalypse. So it's like Builder of Nations. Builder of Nations at least sells me an idea that I can build a grind deck that isn't terrible. And then 3 months later, I forget that I did that 3 months ago. And then we do it again. All right, enough Netrunner for today. Good luck with stream. Hey, thanks, Gelf. Baking bread. Good time for a Netrunner stream. Hell yeah, it is. Andre, will you teach me Doomtown someday? Definitely. Definitely. We're going to make some more content on a different channel someday. Nanaco's here. Stuck in Barcelona for lockdown, but hey, it's Barcelona, so I'm not complaining. I've heard such good stuff about Barcelona as a city. Just the greatest stuff. I've had Doomtown for ages, always wanted to learn it. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, we definitely do it. For what it's worth, I did a video. The YouTube VOD is a bit fucked up because the connection wasn't amazing, but we technically explained the game. You can find that. It was uploaded on April 1st, but we definitely want to do some more. All right, we've talked for a while. Let's play some Netrunner. All right, I'm going to open up in Chrome just because I know how this is. Cat stream. Yeah. Here, actually, there's a chance that we can do this, so we can get more cat in here while we build. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, there was a deck that we actually ran into pretty consistently for a while on JNet, and it was doing really well against us. We were struggling to beat it, so I want to try and build and replicate it. It's something we've probably done before, and we can probably find an example in our lists. But the basic idea is that Cyberdeck Sandbox, I don't know what this card is called. Cyberdeck Sandbox, we actually got it. More cat required. Yo, Lil, what's up? Second best card game, I reckon. Good stuff. It really is. Jackmaid, how you doing? Welcome. What's the name of the cat? It's Nanako, which I've been told is Japanese for small vegetable. Cyber Sand box deck. That's the one. This is a 4/2, and this gets you money when you purge first time a turn. And the cool thing about purging is you can do it on your turn, but you can also do it on the runner's turn. And this card alone is so important because it works with a lot of other good cards that can purge and give you value. And I think one of the big ones is Macrophage. We've got Macrophage in a deck that wasn't swinging into it too often, but we got maybe 12 to 16 credits. Oh, Magic the Arena, Gathering the Arena. Good placement. It was getting a lot of money when we were purging for value off of a Trace 4. Now, this is really good. And we basically took that. Nanako's a little turnip. Yo, by the way, let me know about your turnip prices. I just went in on it. I got 300,000 bells worth of turnips, which is a lot of money for the operation I'm running. So you got good turnip prices. Let me know. Can we play this in Saraswati with Medical Breakthrough, Flower Sermon, and NPD Cordon? Wow, that's wildly specific, Jessica. I think we're first going to try this in NBN before we put it out somewhere else. In current ESA rules, can you purge if there are no virus counters? I'm assuming not. You can. They changed that. You can purge for no reason. And that's a really big deal with Cyberdeck Sandbox. You can just like value purge. Okay, cool. So Macrophage is good. But the other thing that people were playing on us was, shit. What's the name of this card? It is the NBN current that traces you in the reverse direction. Does anybody remember what that is? I had the name a minute ago. It came out in Data and Destiny. Surveillance Suite? Yeah, it feels good. Manhunt? That one rotated, actually. It still says Value Purge, it is. Zalyama, how's it going? Surveillance Suite, yeah, perfect. NBN, why do you mess with my emotions so? It'll be fun, NBN, I swear. Of course, did you also peek into the German stream? I miss noise? David? I don't, kind of. Sandstone's cool too, Pink, you're right. Did you watch Fight Club? I have not. Fight Club was like the three different regions fighting off. Oh god, Surveillance Sweep. Yeah, this thing can be really good. Isn't Noise back anyways? Not technically. Noise is back in a resource, but not back in like operation, in like play. So Surveillance Sweep is a really big deal because they have to trace first, and that's really cool because then we don't have to spend money on traces and they spend money on traces. There's a big question here what ID we play when we play this, and there's basically a fork in the road, and I think one of them abstractly makes more sense than the other one. The first ID that you play is just Making News, which is, and any excuse to play Making News is really important because the alt art is very, very, very good. But this gives you 2 credits for a trace, which is really good when you're running Macrophage and a lot of other trace dice on that basis. Now, the other thing that you can play, and this is still really good, and again, ban all currents, all that, is Order of Saul, or Order of Saul? New Angeles Saul, excuse me, is New Angeles Saul. Which lets you keep that current on the table for the whole game, which is a really big deal because the trace ice gets so much better when they have to trace first, and you can ensure they're always tracing first. It's a really, 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 really big deal, and there's so much ice that's actually really annoying and really tracy, and you're not going to have to spend a lot of money on them. So New Angeles Sol actually saves us money, while NBN just gives us more, like, New Angeles Sol ensures that their traces are firing first, which means overall we'll probably spend less money into the trace, which probably has more value than Making News the way I see it. Now, the other big card that you could put into this archetype, there's 2 other big cards that we could put into this archetype that I'm not sure if they line up. I'm just going to write Tech in here because I have no idea how to spell Aryabhata. Oh, I actually wouldn't have got too far off. Aryabhata Tech is a really big deal. We saw these in these sort of prison Making News decks. The idea is that now every time a trace fires, there's this huge credit swing. This card isn't unique, so you can have 3 out, which makes tracing and interacting so fucking difficult, which is a problem. GameNet should also work pretty well. Yeah, GameNet's not bad. GameNet's not bad at all. You have 17 influence. If we can find a good way to support that. GameNet might be comparable to Sol, but Sol can ensure the current is up. I think you're right. GameNet also might be fine. We'll see if we have enough ice slots for other GameNet abilities. That's cool. And the other card I want to play, which is kind of a fan favorite, but is a bit harder to build around because you still need a way to win the game, is Chief Slee. Chief Slee, if the subroutines fire, and a lot of our subroutines will fire considering our ice is really high value and has a lot of traces on it, we can maybe kill someone. We're going to need 10 tokens on this to kill them with no cards in hand. If they have 5 cards in hand, Slee is at least really fucking annoying. So we could try and put all this together in one deck. That's always been the dream. I have no doubt that something will be cut at some point. Surveillance Sweep plus Ash is fun. Salyama is saying, yeah, totally. It's really good. Anything that traces during a run is really good. War Tracker gets mean. Ash gets really mean. I think the other trace from NBN, the upgrade, the sysop rotated. So unfortunately, Chief's Lead is the holy grail of jank, and it's probably better off in Wayland because you can get a lot of subs on things like tour guides and spider webs and stuff like that. But at least we have some options. New Noise bad, new Kate bad, new Andy amazing. I think New Noise is just hasn't been, needs a bit more support. I actually like New Noise. It's a pity. The Knocker 15-minute stream did it on Hair Labs Twitch. Currently playing a limit 1 per deck league. I have the artist in there, but I'd rather draw Trimaf, save the slot. That's rough. The fuck is Chief's Lead? Chief's Lead is a cool card. She's a character. She's head of security or something like that. I forget what the lore is. All right, so let's build a deck and let's see how it goes. Chief's Lead is State Award, though. Yeah, we can do some really cool stuff with that. And Data Ward is technically works with GameNet, right? The artist is cute in Naz deck, but 5 influence. Yeah, I honestly say the Nihilist is underrated. It gives you virus counters, it gives you draw. Sure, it's not necessarily draw, but giving you 2 virus counters on install can be pretty impactful in a virus deck. I think it's clutch in a lot of virus decks. I don't think I sold it that well, but there's an idea here. Let's build something. I think Keegan Lane is still legal. Keegan Lane is legal, but Keegan Lane only removes tags, not gives tags. And ideally, like a lot of times we don't need their programs. Like if we're playing, what's it called, Macrophage, if they're breaking with a program, it's probably still really shitty for them anyways. So I don't know whether we need to target programs specifically with Keegan. That may be the way we see it. So New Angel Sol, let's try this. Okay, is there a way to bring the Nihilist into a viable deck? Then I'll play it again because Noise is life. We played some decks that play Nihilist in it and pretty convincingly so. When Chief's League came out, weren't no ice subs firing in the meta ever, so she never saw play. I think the dream with Chief's League is back in the day Hive was there and people would face check Hive. You could like do Hive Slee turn 1 and it could be a scary play. But yeah, I felt like at the time there was probably a bit more Faust, stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe it was after Faust, but yeah, subroutines probably didn't fire a lot. Hive Ashigaru Tour Guide, all this stuff is good. But even cards like that, like Data Ward is a hell of a card. Right? And like usually 4 subs on this fire. Like a lot of times you don't break these because they don't matter. And there's so many other ice that does this. Like this doesn't have multiple subs on it, but Gutenberg is a hell of a card. This has 6 strength on R&D and it's a trace 7, which is wild. We can easily play this in our deck as well. This is also good support for Chief's League. There's also an argument sometimes to put like the thing that makes these a barrier and puts an end to run on it, which sometimes actually might be worse. On Data Ward, it's definitely fine, but there's some pretty interesting stuff. Endless Eula also is pretty good with Chief's League. You're totally right. Even like, fuck it, like Endless Eula, maybe we're building 2 decks here, but Endless Eula with Chief's League is definitely pretty good because if they hit this, they could pay through it. That's kind of the problem with it, but at least if they pay through it, the subroutines still fire. But also just like Gold Farmer is fucking fine. Like that has 2 subroutines on it, and then they really can't interact with you while Chief's League is there. New Sound? Yeah, we can play New Sound. New Sound is a trace. It's going to end the run, which is pretty good when we're playing Soul. I think we definitely play New Sound if we're playing Soul. Slot Machine. Oh yeah, fucking Slot Machine's great too. There's a lot of cards with a lot of subroutines in NBN. NBN secretly really hates Cortex, or Cortez, whatever his name is. The Cortez dude. Is it Corteg? What's his name? I played him in the deck. Hernando, yeah. Hernando's so good. Boost. Yeah, 1 boost. Afshar? Yeah, Afshar is good. Ooh, Afshar is cute. Afshar is great in GameNet and Afshar. So we might have a Chiefs League GameNet deck and we might have another deck. This is interesting. Also, since we have all these assets, maybe we just splash Guide. Yeah, we could. Guide is only like 2 influence, right? Guide is like surprisingly not a lot of influence. Hello and welcome to the Universe of Tomorrow. It always reminds me of like the sort of thing that would talk to you in Rapture, in Bioshock. 500 years, all the attractions, circus of value. All right, so let's get the ice in here that we want to get in here. So basically we're trying to figure out ice that traces that's annoying to deal with. So chat, you got any recommendations? We can swing into it. I don't care how wild it is. Let's see if we can get it off the ground. Archangel, definitely fine. Authenticator bandwidth, congratulations. Data loop. Raven's okay. Raven's actually pretty scary with the U-Trace first current, so we can try that. We might have to make Anansi, it doesn't trace. Circus of value. We're gonna want to do cards that we'll probably try to do the reversed. I think we're gonna do 2 decks. We'll do Chiefs League after this one. For this one, we'll try to do the whatever that fucking current is. I can never remember. Surveillance Sweep, and then we'll come back. Yo, Garrett, how's it going? IP block, of course. Yeah, IP block's really good. Like this shit's so good. Surveyor, yeah, Surveyor definitely should go in here. It's good. Both of those are good subs. They trace before us. That's going to be good. Endless Eula. I'm going to put on neutral as well. I think we have the majority of trace ice. I don't think we need to play assassin, do we? Yeah. Okay, what else is good? Endless Eula, FTP Flare. Flare is actually pretty fun, but 9 credits. My god, old Netrunner. Gold Farmer's just good. We could just put one in to see if we need more hard end the runs, because having those are good. Gutenberg, whatever, it's a one of. It's cute. Hunter, honestly, like shit like this is fine. You can't see it because I'm too low, but like Hunter's not the worst ice right now. Trace 3, a lot, even Link people break this for 2. If they don't have Link, that's kind of annoying. IP block's good. Jua, I think, is super underrated. People face check NBN all the time in the early game, and that wastes a whole turn where you can't install cards. 3 of Macrophage, we're that sort of person. We have Owl, Pachinko, Peeping Tom, interesting card. Quicksand Rainbow Resistor. Resistor's fine. Yeah, Resistor's definitely better. Yeah, Resistor's really good. Archangel. Che. How's it going? You say Amani. Oh, Amani Sanai. Huh. Winchester, Thomas. I think Winchester's like 3 influence. Sean, what's up? Caduceus. Caduceus is a fun ice. I would play Caduceus. How's it going, by the way? Do not play Assassin. Yeah, thanks, Bensaw. We can't have any fun here, huh? Sync BRE, I think, is underrated. I think Sync BRE is fine. 4 for 6. Like, that's the stuff that we want. Stuff that's hard for them to break. We'll play 1. Thoth. Don't like this card. These subroutines suck. Oh man, Tribunal. There's always a soft spot. Turnpike, though, if the trace fires, it's not that impactful. Waiver is actually a really fun card. Holy fuck, if they trace first and Waiver, yeah, we're going to let that happen. Ichi, the trace on Ichi doesn't matter that much. Veritas, I think Veritas and Caduceus all take up the same spot, but Veritas is 3 influence, Caduceus is 2. So I'd rather run 2 Cadu. We have maybe a bit too many ice, but we'll get to that. Tribunal is awesome splash. Tribunal is so fucking fun when fired. Thoth is bad, so sad. So Thoth kind of takes the spot. There was this other card called Information Overload, and this tries to do what Information Overload does. It's an ice that punishes massive tags. It's just not good. All right, so we're gonna want cards on the table. I think we want Arya Bada Tech. Seems pretty good. We want our Surveillance Sweep, and then from here we can build the rest of the deck. We're gonna have to call a lot of that ice, I have no doubt, but we'll get there. Sherlock 2.0. Thoth is pronounced like tote. For real. Tote? Like tote bag. So sad the big burb is so bad. It's a mighty burb. Since I got you live and I'm thinking about it. Hydra is a nice big boy. Hydra is nice, but we want to do as much trace as possible. Central News Hound and Solo. Yeah, we got the Hound. We want the Hound for sure. Yes, tote. Cool. Thank you. Like toad bag. Perfect. Cool. What else is there? Is there any other good traces? We worry about ice. Let's worry about upgrades. We can get some tracing upgrades in here, which is fun. Now, for Surveillance Sweep to matter, the trace has to happen during the run. Right? During the run. So, does anybody know if somebody steals Amani Sanai, what happens first? Is the current off first? Because this card isn't particularly that good in our deck if it doesn't work with Surveillance Sweep. 24 Ice Brother We Building. DBF has a checker that will tell you what format your deck list is illegal for. Does JNet Player observe the current restricted ban list? Yes, it does. It'll tell you what format you're in. These cuts are going to be painful. Oh, that'll be so easy. Yeah, I don't think this actually works, unfortunately. But what else is good? Aurelius, fine. Cyberdex. We want Cyberdex Virus Suites just because we are going to be running a sandbox deck and we want things that give us value. 3 might be overkill. I would not be surprised if 3 was overkill. Drone Screen. Oh my god, that's a card. Ganked is honestly not the worst. It's actually pretty funny sometimes. We'll just play 1 and see when we cut it. Henry Phillips is always an interesting econ card, but they're not going to be breaking subroutines a lot of times in our deck. And by interesting econ card, I'm not that serious. Intake Trace 4. If successful, add and install program virtual research to the grip. Not the best ability, but do you know what is really good? What's it called? Reversed sweep? What is it called? What is that called? Card, the Wayland one that you trace back. They're both your on agenda steel trigger. It should work with Amani if you're in Soul. Wait, for real? Warrior Tracker. Ash is good. An offer you can't refuse. Ooh, that's a lot of influence. Ash makes sense. Ash is not bad, but there's a card I'm thinking of. It's a Wayland upgrade that says trace 2 tags or something like that. Force Connection. So this is fun if we can capitalize on tags. This is trace 3, and so this will be largely during a run, so they have to trace first. So we know how much money we have to spend to give them 2 tags, and we can win off of 2 tags. Like, fucking surveillance sweep force connection is good. This card on its own, I think, is underrepresented. Like, think about this. People are like really jazzed to play 4 credits for snare, which gives 1 tag, and obviously does 3 net damage, doesn't matter. But you could play 4 on this on the axis to make it trace 7. And sure, if you have less than 4, you can still threaten it. And yeah, it matters how much money they have, but if they hit this too late in the remote, like if they run this on click 2 on a remote, and then they hit this or on a central server, they have to clear the 2 tags. That's absurdly good. It's absurdly good. Only works because Soul lets you replay the current immediately. Oh yeah, right. Should work both run ends after accessing all cards. Okay, cool. It came out when Power Tap was very prevalent, yeah. Works with Amani because Soul replaying the current. Yeah, I think it does, you're right. I trade Force Connection CTM, not quite enough influence to make it worthwhile, but it's a pretty good card. Is this better than Prisec? Yes, I think this is better than Prisec for sure. Because 2 tags is obviously very relevant. They can't clear both of them. The trace kind of matters, but the fact that this is an upgrade and it fires off of Axis, it doesn't have to be installed. I think this is very compelling. It's also cheaper, right? Like this fires for 0. Prisec fires for 2. They have to trash it though. This is easy to trash. I would say that this is better than Prisec because there's a surprise element. They can run HQ and hit this, or R&D and hit this when it's not installed. We also can have 2 in a remote, but I guess you can't with Prisec anyways. I think that card's good. We'll try it. And if they trash it, you can wake up call them. That's way too much influence at this point, but yeah, you could. All right, so Surveillance Suite. We need Aryabhata Techs in here. Is there anything else that's particularly compelling? Let's get out of the Wayland. What else? Rutherford Grid is really fun. We don't need this, do we? Traffic Analyzer? What's Traffic Analyzer? This card's so bad. Oh man, this card. This card makes no sense. Like, oh man, this card makes no sense. Whenever you raise a piece of ice, so it's trace 2. Obviously they're gonna trace first, which favors us, but like if they boost into this and we have to boost into it, we make no money. It's good that they lose money. Sure. But this only works if you res ice. This is better with things like Macrophage or things that let you res, re-res, things like TMI that classically existed, but like the chance of this giving you 2 credits is really low. It's a shame. Private doesn't fire when non-installed. Yeah, totally. Even if there was no trace, it would be bad. Yeah, if there was, like, this card could totally have no trace on it, and sure, the fact that it has trace on it makes it interesting because it works with trace decks, like Aryabhata Tech, stuff like that, but it's wild. It's so wild. All right, let's get some money in here. We're going to need a modicum of credits. Let's just do hedge fund IPO because we're not very interesting. We'll go to the agenda suite. So we want Sandbox. We can play 3. We can also play a digital rights management so we can ensure that we pull it. We probably want some sort of recursion because Aryabhata is really important to our deck. Maybe we can do a preemptive. Maybe we can play a restore. We'll probably cut that at some point. We have our current. We have everything. There's also a chance sometimes you want to run another current. It had to combo with things that force cred loss on runner. Was there? I never saw a combo with that card. It's bad. We should play it. Else we can probably just run 5-3s so we have fewer agendas because we're a bit of a prison deck to some extent. There are actually some really good 4-2 agendas that work with tracing. I think the best one is Net Quarantine, which is kind of unfortunately on the nose name. So this thing, their link is 0, and if they boost, you get money. So it means they just don't boost. Yeah, Thomas, we got 2 CVS in there. This card's not the worst. I could definitely see us playing this card. Can we run, we're probably running too many things here, but could we also run, what's the name of the sync rerouting? I don't know if that's good. 1x Tarmar? I think Tarmar rotated. Yeah, Tarmar rotated. NBN still has a bunch of weird currents though. NBN has like the most currents, if I'm not mistaken, which makes sense. Like biased reporting. No, sorry, that's not the card I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Brownout. Rolling Brownout. The fuck is this? That's weird. Self-growth promo, service outage. Service outage, it's fine. It's not a, there's worse currents than this. Oh, it's only first run? Ugh. Are we on kill, EOI, or psycho? I think we're on psycho. I don't think we want to kill. I think we can actually just use the tag to do closed accounts. Closed accounts probably makes the most sense because we are like some fucking poorly socialized prison deck. What does the free one from Sansan do again? Free current from Sansan? Bias reporting is underplayed. Yeah, maybe it got a bit better because people are running like, you know, companions. I don't love this card. Like, giving the runner decision is never great, but then how often does this make you 4 credits? Yeah, not the worst. You get slot of scarcity. Oh, fuck, Thomas. I know, we could. I don't know what you're talking about. What is the free one from Sensen? Is there a free one? Oh, Threat Assessment also is a hell of a card. That's like way good. Fuck yeah. Very poorly socialized. All right. Let's get some other cards in here. Nope. Let's get some other cards in here. Rashida. Wow, we're really interesting. And then from here, I don't know what we put. SSLs probably. 19. We need 28 to 29 agendas. We'll get there. We can play Bologna. Maybe we'll do 2 and 2. I don't know. All right. 66 cards. We got improved tracers. I doubt improved tracers is worth it. Predictive. Oh, predictive. Yeah, predictive is a fun card. They have to pay 2. It's basically like a NAPD cordon built in. Also, I'm blown out a bit. Give me 1 second. It got sunny outside. I'm aware my face is a bit dark, but it's better than the background being obnoxiously bright. Maybe. How dark am I? Is this too dark, y'all? I'll just do this more. That's a nice balanced image. I'm okay. Yeah, that's fine. 112 cards sold now. You look fine, dude. Thank you. Cheers. -6. Okay, let's cut some stuff. Let's cut the Caduceus. We need that influence back. I want to play Force Connection. Ash is good. Probably. Wow. We probably don't want the Restore. Man, that's an obnoxious card. We have to cut something here. Oh, we only cut one of Caduceus. Okay, cool. One influence back. I don't know. Maybe with being free, maybe it's all right. Maybe it could be, but like we just want surveillance sweep up, so it doesn't feel amazing. Okay, Rashida. So 63 cards. Okay, so how much ice do we want? We probably want around 16 to 17 ice, and we're at 10 plus 6. We're at 22, so this should be relatively easy. Gold Farmer doesn't trace, so that kind of gets cut. IP Block Resistor, good shit. Archangel is probably one of. Waver is probably one of as well, which is good. Sentries, we have too many. New Sounds, good. Gutenberg, probably just not as good as Data Raven. Sync BRE, I want to play it. That's it. I just want to play it. Let's get rid of the Ravens. Because if they go tag me, the Raven is dead. All the other ones have teeth. So 7 plus 10 is 17. We can probably cut one more. Hey, Flash, what's up? Loving the deck idea. Never got it fired properly. It's hard. And a lot of these decks, classically, we're playing whatever that Manhunt card is. What's that Wayland Current that has the person trudging down the hallway with a gun? Door to door? Yeah. That's what a lot of them depended on. And this card's like really expensive to maintain. And I think you want to play Making News. Yo, PS Space Kiddo, what's up? We got your logo back there. How you doing? Cut one Macrophage. I would argue that probably Macrophage is why we want to like do this deck, because of Cyber Deck Sandbox. Like it just seems like the thing to do. I'd be a bit. What is a win con? They go tag me here? Yeah, then we close accounts and jam, and then we lock them out with Aryabhata. I think that's a win con. And Money and Ash could be good enough too. Got a proposition? How could I contact you? Gmail. Metropolgrid@gmail.com is the email address I very regularly check. I'll look out for it though. Seems okay. Threat assessment. Okay, so now we have to cut still 7 cards unless we want to add 1 agenda, which we could probably not want to do, considering we are some sort of combo deck. So we still have to cut stuff. Closed accounts is a 2 of digital rights management is really important to our deck. Preemptive action seems good. Surveillance sweep, probably just cut these. I have to go back to the tote pronunciation. We don't know how the Egyptians pronounced it, but we follow the ancient Greek. It's the best of my knowledge, and therefore it's O with a line through it, which is like th in moth. Yo, we're getting academic up in here. Awesome, little guy. Glad you're doing okay. Hey, glad you're doing okay too. Do you want 1x EOI just in case? I would more likely want to play EOI on if we were running 1-pointers as well, like a 15 minutes or Quantum Kitty, something like that. I think EOI's 2 for 3s is probably just not as good as closed accounts in almost any situation. Like, I'd rather actually play All Seeing Eye over an EOI in this deck for playing another tag punishment card. I think so, at least. I think I'd rather do All Seeing Eye. All right, 54 cards. This is technically a legal deck, chat. Do we play a 54 card deck and see how bad it is? Like, I feel like our deck depends on us getting 2 specific cards in our opening hand, so playing 55 is probably bad. I think we can cut, like, we need to cut 5 cards, which is kind of a tall ask. So this opening hand is pretty okay. I think we would hedge fund. We probably IP block HQ and then like sync BRE R&D. Oh no, probably macrophage R&D. Sync BRE I guess is a bit better on the remote. Then we could do sync BRE credit surveillance sweep, and now things are scary. From here we just want to jam an agenda. We really want to cyber decks now. Ooh, we found it. This could work. For main win con is the misery of the opponent. All seeing eyes vastly superior to exchange. Exactly, Sanjay. Sanjay knows what's good. Oh, Egyptian mythology, my favorite. And the Ankh. Come on. Game art looks fantastic. What's come on though? Probably cut one of each of the assets. I would not cut one of Aryabhata. I could see us cutting one of these for sure. Now we still have to cut 3 cards though, which is gonna feel bad. So what do we cut? Maybe we could probably cut a preemptive. I just feel like we need our Aryabhatas into the deck, and our currents don't matter. We can recur those. Now, the bad thing is our deck has probably, like, if we're making a consistent deck, we have way too much stuff that cares about tracing, so jamming into the remote is going to be a bit difficult. So it probably, like, behooves us, I don't even know what behooves means, to change resistor for, like, something else that we can jam behind. Form the cool mini or not. Oh, the Ankh. Oh, like the game. I thought you meant the card. Cool mini or not. Board game company. Right. I thought you meant the card from Netrunner. If we go down to 49, we cut agendas. Oh yeah, we have too many agendas. You're right. Okay. All right, so we just have to cut 2 cards. I forgot that we overdid it. Right, like we really need surveillance sweep to be up stat. Like this deck probably does want an attitude adjustment based off of like maybe we can play an attitude adjustment instead of a DRM, just so we can cycle a bit more. Like our ice is pretty shit if we don't draw something that hard ends the run. Surveyor does, New Sound does, Syncberry doesn't, but we're playing it. Waiver is probably the worst dice in our deck. 3 of Macrophage is a bit suspect. We could probably play 2, but I feel it feels really good. Or you cut the 3-pointer? Oh fuck, you're right. Can't do that. Just gotta cut something. David, I feel like you need 4 currents, otherwise New Sounds can be useless. That's actually a pretty good point. Maybe having another current is probably just worth it. What current can make us money? What's a 1 influence current? The Wayland one rotated, right? -1 New Sound, -1 IPO. I like New Sound a lot. It's really hard to deal with. Oh, scarcity. Oh, you fucking dickheads. Yeah, you're right. It is scarcity. Cut 1 Macrophage, cut DRM. Yo, Vincent, I think DRM is so important because this deck only gets money if you like jam a cyber decks aggressively. Flash is definitely right in the old Greek, is th rather than to. Net celeb. That's not a card, is it? Paywall's gone. Rip one of the good currents. That was Death and Taxes. I don't love this card. It's also 3 influence, so I don't think it's happening. Paywall rotated, unfortunately, chat. That's the one I was thinking of, and I do remember now it's rotated. If you're playing Sol, you literally need 1 current and it'll stay up all game. Yeah, you just need to draw it. Man, scarcity feels so bad. Ugh. Ugh. All right, how are we doing here? Maybe we can drop 1 Cyberdex. That's a bit positional. Like it's a bit dependent on us drawing other good stuff. So here we would do Macrophage HQ, Surveyor R&D, Credit. Next turn we would do, Aryabhata is good. I think we just do Credit Surveillance, so that's a dead turn. Then we can do Macrophage Aryabhata, Credit, and if they run, now they're in a bad spot. We're still gonna need a scoring remote, so then I think we do Newshound, Surveyor, Credit, and then we jam this eventually once we have enough money, which we don't have enough money. Depending on how you interpret the Coptic spelling, though it's, oh shit, I'm gonna butcher this. Jehudi, Judy, Jehudi, Tehuti, or Tahuti. Shaper card is Net Celeb. Stealth or cost 0. Scarcity, joining the dark side. Greyest Wolf, what's up? Yeah, okay, fuck you. You're right. Nah. We'll probably play Scarcity. We need this deck to win. Given all those are better, start with T and our hard T rather than TH. I like Tote better. If we get Convis, if we put a Chrysium, which is good for us anyways. Oh, you're right. We can get Convis. I've never heard anyone call it Convis. I've just heard Consult. So we have actually 6 Wayland cards if we play Chrysium. It's good that we add cards to our deck, which means that we technically can Consulting Visit for DRM and still score a Cyberdeck Sandbox, which is fine. We have access to close accounts. Do we need Consulting Visit? Is it good that we're just adding cards to our deck? It means we can also consult for a current, which is aggressively expensive. Let's try without it and see if we don't reliably build our thing. I just want to cut cards from this, but that's a good point. I'm gonna just build this deck. I put Searchlight in there for Consulting Visit. Fuck off. Rongi, how you going? Searchlight. Oh man, that's actually kind of interesting, right? Even if it's Trace 0 and you don't advance this. On that note, has anybody been trying the other light card? Is that what it's called? Wait. I didn't realize how, like, this card always was not pretty good, but have people been trying this? Is this good when you res it for 1 credit in the outfit? I want to res this for 1 credit. Cut cards by putting more in, yeah, I know. It's just a 1 as a treat. This scarcity is a treat. All right, we gotta cut 2 cards. We just gotta cut 2 cards. That's all we need to do. Cut 2 cards. Cut 2 cards. NGO, no. 7, 5, 5, 12. 7 plus 5 is 17. So this is our opening hand. We mulligan it. We get this. This is arguably better. Macrophage on R&D, Newshound, hedge fund. Next turn, we surveillance sweep, credit. Then we draw first. Macrophage on remote surveyor, credit. Then we would hedge fund, install this credit. Then we would jam. That's our play. SSL is really good because it gives us the money back to replay the current. That's expensive. This is a good hand. Cut scarcity and waiver. You're fucking right, though. Yeah, waiver's the worst card. We definitely cut it. Do we have 1 influence? Anything cute? Is there anything cute, chat? On a tag deck, cut 2 resistors, have surveyors and Newshounds to stop runs. Angelo, what's up? It's good because it's a cheap ice. It's bad against Amakua, but we just want to cheap end the run here. Like, it's resistor, vanilla, like that's all the same sort of stuff. We could pay more money and actually have hard end the run, but hard end the run is actually, what's it called? Which they could in theory pay through. Yeah, I think it was a good call. It's parallel. Ubi agrees. I don't know. I want to try resistor. Just because it's cheap and it's annoying if they trace through it. I guess eventually they break it for 1, which is pretty shit. I think, yeah, we want to make them trace through our ice, so maybe that doesn't make any sense. Reverse infection. Conlon, what's up? How's the purging? Does nothing for traces, though. Yeah, it's niche, huh? It saves us 2 clicks. Then we have to draw it. We're the good guys now. Reverse infection it's not good enough. How much is sandstone? 3 probably? 2? Whatever. Let's just get 2 good end the run ice into this deck. I imagine it would probably be Gold Farmer, which is in theory not an end the run, but who pays 6 to get through this? I've never seen it happen. That's a better name. There's not much tagging for resistor to do. Fuck! Fuck! We gotta rebuild the whole deck. The Chrome forgot we logged in. I'm sorry if that was really loud. Piss. You know when we take too long building a deck and the game fucking website forgets about us? Oh, you're still here. Back doesn't work. Back does not work. What's up, Toast? How's it going? Okay. Cyber decks. We'll build it better. I'm so sorry. This has not happened before. Quarantine. Infection, net quarantine, 1. Okay, so we did Rashida's 2, NGO 2, our Yabata 3, closed 2, digital rights management 1, hedge 3. This is a good, in theory, a good practice. Surveillance sweep. I feel like we had a preemptive. That's probably good. We had double ash, which is probably really good in our deck. Forced connection. 1 CVS. I hope I remember all the cards. Macrophage, 3. Archangel 1. IP block, 3. 2 Gold Farmer. 3 Surveyor. 3 Newshound. Sync BRE 1. We have 1 too many cards. What happened? Twitch has a screenshot? Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Terrence, I posted the deck in Montreal Discord. Oh, thanks, Terrence. Actually, hold on. What just happened? Farmer, which is surveillance, we preempted. Oh, we cut the scarcity. Okay, we got it. We almost had it. Thank you. We're missing 1 influence, but they'll be counting the influence. They'll be like, we only got 15. We only got 14. Is that a June bug? That's how you get them. You cut scarcity. Thank you, Anton. BRU, I don't think was cut. That was it. All right, cool. Consulting visit? We cut that one. I paid through a Gold Farmer, got my breaker killed the only way in. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. But we're not going to do that. Thanks, chat, for the support. I got to always check when we spend. That's how we know we spent a long time deck building when that shit happens. You cut Gold Farmer? I think we re-added it. I think it was the last thing. Viper 1 influence? Yeah, Viper did rotate. Viper was really fun with Rutherford Grid back in the day. All right, let's go find a Sunny to play against. This could be really bad. Like, there's a chance this is terrible. Yeah, Viper was 2 rotations ago, unfortunately, yeah. Hey, Andre, hope you're good. Making the Aryabata tech deck? Yo, Ilks Svorburn. Burn. How's it going? I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, we are. We basically do an Aryabhata deck. It doesn't need it. It's also a surveillance sweep deck, so I think we can get by without an Aryabhata. But you're right on the money there. Good card though. I'd like to see Hourglass come back also. Oh yeah, Hourglass rotated. There was like some weird cards. I guess Hourglass was... I'm thinking more about Tapestry, which is a card that didn't have its time to shine. But Hourglass was a fun card. It just was always like... It would actually be really good right now with border control. I think Hourglass would be like playable. Oh, we're Corp. Ilk's for burn. Nonsensical collection sounds. Not too far off. I don't pay enough attention to rotation, keep getting caught out. It's good though. Lets you like, it forces you to like think, oh, I like this idea. Do we have a different idea? Tapestry, that's the one I meant. Yeah, Tapestry is cool. I don't know if you heard that. Let's just go ahead and mute that. Godfrey. And let's see how much link they have. Fuck, come on. They DC'd. Great. Fantastic. Alright, we don't have to deal with 2-link now. They rejoin. Godot's good too? Alright. You called it, you monster. I know. We do that shit to ourselves sometimes. I'm gonna up and get a snack and drink, rip the Sunny up. We'll try it. Opening hand, IP block bad against Sunny, Archangel okay against Sunny, especially for the early setup. NGO front is like okay. We can mulligan for our current, which I think we probably actually want to do. Yeah, we have it. That's probably a better hand. 2 agendas. Well, the current will help a lot. Yeah, the current's still pretty cute. I don't want to put this on R&D. I think we'll jam this for the remote. So we'll just do a lot of times DreamNet, they'll get access no matter what. So I think we'll just set up. Surveillance Sleep will do well. They do generally run their own current, which is also trace based and absolutely obnoxious for us. Forced Connection got a whole bunch worse though. Data Folding Rezeki, that's the opening that we wanted to. So we can jam behind the Surveyors. So we just really need to get this SSL out. We can do install advanced events, would be on 5. If we res though, we'll have no money, but that's okay because hey, Trace 4 is probably not good enough actually. And they're getting 3 credits a turn already. How do you win against Rezeki? I don't fucking know. Rezeki just stomps bad econs. Especially with R&D open, this is like a pretty dodgy play because if they steal an agenda, we... Ooh. Interesting. Do we pay 3 for Archangel? No, probably not. We want to have at least 10 credits for the remote. Security Sweep's good against Nexus. Security Sweep's really good against Nexus. That's a good point. Three to bounce, I reckon. Sports Hopper, that's Link. Office Supplies. Like, they have to go install things, so we're going to have a window hopefully soon. If you want to nerf for a second, just put them in my deck, so always at the bottom. It's going to be hard to pull off a credit denial deck against a do-nothing runner deck, huh? Yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult. We have Sync BRE. Man, literally all our ice traces besides Gold Farmer, so not the easiest matchup. We could jam Bologna, but I think we'd rather get the SSL on the table. Sure, they can probably steal this. They can almost definitely steal this. They can even run it for Jack. Oh, they have 15 credits. I think, what do? Do we concede? We need to basically trick them in getting tagged. Like, we need to force connection them. And like, all our traces, like, yeah, I don't think we have a chance. Oh, they have a Nexus down. Okay, fantastic. Haha! Ooh! This is the card we need. If we score this, we have a chance. Play a current? No, we'll keep our current. 4 credits. So now, Security Nexus, they do have to trace first, which is really cool. Man, keep that current up at all costs. Also, if we somehow manage to Archangel it. Jackson Claire. I'm not going to res the Archangel just because we have more agendas in hand. This new sound, in theory, is annoying. If we had 6, yeah. So they have to trace first. That's wild. Just concede this is lame as fuck. We'll see. We'll see how bad it is. This is definitely one of our worst matchups, if not the worst matchup. So they have to trace first because of surveillance sweep. So they're doing trace 5 off of the Nexus. So this is really cool because they spend money They have to at least boost to 3, and we can make this 7. This is actually a really cool interaction. Like, I've never seen that actually happen. I'm kind of excited to see this. Stepped away, this is pretty much worst case scenario. Yeah, this is the bad one. If they steal an agenda, we can still replay the current. We want to make sure we always have 2 credits, so if they steal, we can replay. Right? Like, they just had to pay 4 for that. That's wild. Please don't hit an agenda. Fuck! The one we needed. We really needed to score this. It would have been huge. It would have been so big. You know how good this would have been against Sunny? I needed that. We don't shy away from challenge. Yeah, we have. It's gonna be really hard because our economy is bad and Aryabhato on fire, and they're making 3 credits a turn. So like, not good. They also should just keep their hopper for Link. Thank you. Ooh, gold farmer. It's okay. I'll queue up my get walked over smoke afterwards. Make you feel better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This channel is just on the back. Our win percentage is on the back of players from the community who don't have any faith in themselves, and also a lot of paid actors at this point. All right, what do we do? Probably just click for 3. That's fun, huh? It's good, Netrunner. They'll gain 3 a turn though. That's like our whole turn, but clicklessly. All right, all right, all right, all right. Res the Archangel. Don't mind if I do. We don't need money for a remote. We still have 2 if we need to repay the current. That's all that matters. Yeah, I imagine you just trace 6 on this bad boy. Accepting lose donations. At least power tap is gone? Yeah, power tap would be a problem. If they just play Citadel Sanctuary though, we're so fucked. They're paying good money for these accesses, right? How much link they have? 4? That's a 3 credit access. That's pretty good to deal with Archangel now I think about it. I kind of want to play, but I also don't want to sit down and build a new runner deck. Or it's just net deck something. Ludmilla, it's fun. They definitely have a current, right? Once they play the current, we're in a bad spot. Salsa Slums. Wow, that's hateful. And that's another link, which is so important. Like, they don't need to use the sports hoppers. They can just keep them on the table as them links. All right, Macrophage seems a bit bad now. I think we don't want to lose to R&D. Do we want to do the trace 4, trace 2? It seems really bad when they have 5 link strength. They have fucking 5 link strength. They can break this for 1. They have 5 link strength, guys. Maybe we do concede. Slums Lamau. Yeah, Slums is a problem. We'll play out until the next agenda, but I don't think we have a chance here. They have 5 link. Like, we're meant to be traced. Like, we're meant to hope that they have 0 link. Is someone just being a jerk? I don't know. They could have just queued against us. Like, it could have been random. You're toast? Yeah, we're toast. We'll concede. No, they need to credits equal to your credits. You're right. Surveillance swipe does make it interesting. That in theory they need to pay it up to us, but we don't have money and they have 3 turns. Stream snipe, my guy. Let's chalk it up to that. Yeah, we got sniped. We got sniped. We got sniped. Yeah, you're right. Surveillance wave does make the link, like, it's still obviously it's so fucking bad for us, but they still need to pay money to our money. So hopefully we get like an film critic. Okay, now we concede. It's so fucking bad for us. It's so bad. And I think Monza harpsichord for my first game is not good, but boy, I really enjoyed Monza. I think Monza's just massively underrated. Just so underrated. All right, we're gonna get him here, my friends. If only could res 2 surveyors. The strike is a card for card counter. It's really bad. It's going really poorly for us. Should have kept that in HQ actually. It's wild that's only 1 influence. It's wild, right? Even if it's random, I think you can see the game here at 1% winning. Yeah, I think so. I don't think we have a chance here. It's kind of the problem with Link, right? But nobody stacks 5 Link besides Sunny, so whatever. They still need to boost it. Just kidding. Now they can just trace through it, because it's free. We shouldn't have res this. Hey. That was a terrible res. They had 5 link, we res the 4 strength surveyor. But they pay first? Yeah, it's fine. They have 16 credits. Thanks. Sorry about that. Thanks. All right, we're going to concede. Nope. Not a chance. All our ice traces. Thanks for the game. Oof. Oof. You can double tag here. They paid 0 though. Yeah, if they double tag, they just clear the tags though. Like they have 4 clicks left. I don't think we have a chance. I don't think they were very happy with us. Wanza Prince to the 15 credit swing. Yeah, it's absurd. That's brutal. Sure. Ooh, that's not nice. Okay, let's get another one in. We're Corp. If you're just tuning in, by the way, good game, well played. Hey, yeah, right? This is Metro Good. My name is Andre. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm assuming you're indoors. It is Easter Monday. We have this day off for holidays in Montreal. So I'm at home. We're going to stream probably another 2 hours, probably. We'll see how it goes. See how my voice is going because that hasn't been good. Yo, Zombie, what's up? How you doing? I've been seeing a lot of people joining up in the channel, a lot of people picking up Netrunner. No surprise, a lot of people are kind of at home looking for some things to do with their time. If you're new to the game, love to hear what you're thinking, ask questions, meet everyone in chat. It's a great community. And it's a nice time to get involved. Walked away briefly. What was the salt about? Oh, I don't know if they're salty. They just didn't seem to be happy that we conceded. Ooh, that intro. Not seeing that in years. It's been a while, huh? I mean, it's not like that was particularly useful for them to continue playing either, whether they were just for tension or fun or proper testing. Yeah, I don't think that was worth anyone's time. Ooh, Omar, that's interesting. So we want to ice up archives. Our opening hand is pretty bad with 2 agendas. We do have the Arya botted, but we don't have a current. We're going to try and just hard mulligan for the current. All right, that's also pretty bad. Sync BRE. The thing is, like, what do you do with Omar? Do you ice up centrals first, or do you ice up archives? And by centrals, I mean R&D and HQ. Thanks, you too. So we can jam an NGO front turn 1. Losing this to the Omar access would be pretty bad. What kind of Omars are out there these days? APOC, I assume? I would assume most of them are APOC. I would assume all of them are APOC, actually. But I don't know. I haven't seen an Omar in quite a long time. I think we're just going to put this on archives. We'll put this on HQ and take a credit. And it's probably good enough. This is better on HQ. This doesn't stop the apocalypse. This does stop an apocalypse because it does end the run. Continuing that early feels dirty. What do you mean? Like that's a bad sportsmanship? Played CC earlier today against this deck. Played CC? It's RNG key? Oh, you think this Omar... Oh, CC cable carbonage. Okay, it looks like chat says this is an RNG key deck. Assume APOC until proven wrong. Sounds right. Cody, what's up? Very random question. Are there any reason to play the mini factions right now? Yeah, totally. Sunny's really good. Adam's great. It's good stuff all around besides Apex, unfortunately. But yeah, I think Adam has some of the really good, unique cards that are worth playing. Sunny also just can deal with big ice pretty well. She has drip economy. If it's a slower game, she's really good. She also has ways to disrupt combo decks with White Hat. I think there's a lot of compelling reasons to do that. Now who's sniping? Yeah, I know. That was fucking chat. It was chat. Occasional RNG key, FTT, could be. They did use a Gachapon to Find the Truth back in their deck. Find the Truth, that basically shows us that they're on Find the Truth, so they want to access archives. I forget how the ruling was changed. Black Orchestra and Adore, career for Gachapon removed. So we could just jam this. I think heading the money is really important in a deck that is based off of traces. Omar doesn't have any link, which is good. We didn't see a Hacktivist, but I'm just going to go ahead and res this because I couldn't be fucked. I don't think there's a bluff here. Apex exists, yes. I just want Apex so badly. Yeah, we talked a lot about that earlier today. We were talking about Apex specifically, and unfortunately, I just don't think it's a very exciting faction to play outside of the one card that everyone else just plays better. The thing I hate about Jaina is how damn small everything is. Like, why do they use the scaling? You can scale in, and we probably should be scaling in a bit more, but it gets really hard to... That actually, no, we could be this close in pretty easily. There's also then like no good place for me to put the shrine to narcissism. FTT off the top. RNG keys probably to show up. We're gonna know every card they draw, and they're gonna see the cards that we draw off the top of the deck. Ooh, that was a free agenda. Give us an ice. Ooh, no ace. So they're definitely gonna be running R&D and seeing the top. So not much we can do here. I don't want to throw a card out, so I think we're just gonna pop this credit IPO. It's pretty bad. Gotta do a Zoom meeting. Back later. Good luck, Andre. Thanks, Sean. Enjoy your meeting. Just as a new player, it's almost impossible to read these cards unless you're hovered over. Yeah, I don't think I do a good enough job hovering over cards, but you're right. It's impossible to read them if we don't hover over them. IP block. Okay, that's a good start. They have access to 2 breakers, a sentry breaker, and a barrier breaker, so they can even break this for 3 credits, which isn't hot shit. New sound is probably just good enough on archives, so we'll put this on R&D. They can break this for 3, and we can put this on archives, I guess. It stops the Omer run. It makes a surveyor better. It doesn't end the run, it just makes a surveyor better, which is a big deal, because then they have to spend 6. Only one person would have enjoyed playing the last game out, though. Andre has to satisfy his needy viewers. Yeah, that's also the thing, though. It's like, I feel bad, whereas like viewers have to just watch something that's not exciting. I get like really anxious about, well, not really, but like I get worried about, you know, making sure that the games are fun and they're exciting. If it's just like watch 20 minutes where we lose to every trace, like it's concede for me, but it's also concede for everyone, I hope. Apex will always have a special place in my heart. When I started playing this game with just my friends, we all did the thing where you turtle up and try to drag the game out as long as possible. When he picked up Dating Destiny, one of my friends started playing nothing but Apex, and that was convinced me to be proactive as a corp and put a kill threat on the table. Oh, that's really cool. Isn't Apex good against the kill threat, though? There's the RNG key. We could be paying attention to what they're drawing. They have a gamble in their hand. They have another gamble, Adore. We should be watching that. Unfortunately, we're not. Archangel is not the best as a lone ice, but putting in front of something is a bit better. I think we're actually going to push out in this shitty remote. What did I miss? Not much. We played against the Sunny with 5 Link and conceded. This is game 2. I think I noticed last VOD you did. When you read comments from chat, you read it so fast it's hard to pick up when on the VOD, no context. What's hard to pick up? I'm aware that I talk probably a bit too fast to be totally good. But I think sometimes I read the comment too fast where you can't understand the comment. I agree with that. Happy bunnies to you. Vesper, what's up? How you doing? We're playing, Marcus, we are playing a new Angel Sol surveillance sweep deck. I'll read the comments a bit slower. I need to do that. Turntable's coming down. That's annoying. We want Net Quarantine to stick. It's a really good ability. Turning Wheel is coming down. They have a Street Peddler on the table, which we have to respect. Cards could come off of that at instant speed. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of money to trace on. But is Trace 1 good enough? Tune in now to find out. So we could single advance this in IPO. I think we're going to do that instead of double advancing it, just on the basis that we probably need some money for the trace. We also have to respect like DDoS and other stuff. It's a cast. They threw out an IFAD worse and a cast. They're running this. First click. That's an Archangel. Not the best bounces here. Really not the best bounces. Fire and broken subs. So they probably get in here. We have to really boost into this macrophage. So 6 to 16. We want them to spend money on this. Pink Warrior. Sorry, Tanuki said, responding. Maybe because the other person was having fun? Yeah, maybe. I could see that. Like, I don't think it's the best thing to concede, but also, I don't know where I stand on that. What do we bounce here? The Liberated is not good. The Turning Wheel is not good. I'd probably bounce the casts. That's the worst here. Yeah, I think so. I think we're throwing this agenda away. I need to go watch Sherlock now. Watch you playing Saraswati when I go back to the VOD. Fire broken. Okay, so this is going to be really bad for us because none of these matter. They have no viruses. I don't know why I hit trace all. I won't hit trace. Bounce Poemo, real cheap, slows down the credit check. Yeah, you could, but that was 6 credits coming in, which is more than Poemo will be in a while. This is a problem. Yeah, this server was not good enough. We definitely wanted the Ash on there. So I don't know, 4, 5, 6. This is terrible. This is really bad if you don't have a surveillance sweep. This is not good. There's a meme earlier this week in Dorks about Shaper Plays winning 1 game. Yes. I saw that. It was a great meme. All right, so we paid a lot more money than they did. Are you playing Aryabhata Tech? We are. They also know what's on top of R&D with Find the Truth. And they have to respect hard-hitting news and C-source. So it looks like Liberated Counts is going to be finished. They're throwing out a paperclip, and that comes down. So we need something on the remote that ends the run. Unfortunately, Newshound isn't exactly it. I think we threw that agenda away. What's the plan for protecting Aryabhata? Just making it annoying enough. I think a big part of these decks is you have to go fast. It's kind of like the Embolus decks we played last stream. You really have to go fast enough where you can get that thing up before they can contest it, and we're not doing that convincingly at all. How much ice? I think it is 17. Yeah, thanks, Pink. Like, we don't have a current. New sound is pretty bad. We can install advanced Cyberdeck Sandbox, but it's also pretty bad. Like, we just need an end the run here, which is a problem with our deck. If we don't run Surveillance Sweep, all this stuff is kind of shite. Even if we do run Surveillance Sweep, it's kind of shite. At least with Surveillance Sweep, Ash is good. And now they're just going to poke HQ, right? Because we haven't rezzed anything. It's like it's a Sync BRE. Sync BRE is cheap to res. Damn, this could be a Data Raven, which ends the run. I just want to play door-to-door making news. Yeah, that's better for the prison thing. There's a big chance that Arya Bada tech isn't particularly compelling in our deck, and they're just sitting back and doing nothing because they realize they can contest this remote, likely. This is our plan for protecting Arya Bada, is this. Now that's good. Oh my god, now they definitely run HQ. They have 24 credits, gonna go up to 28. They have Stim Hack and Sure Gamble, so Stim Hack is going to turn everything off. At least this is going to be annoying. Now we have to Fire All. Yeah, but if we're playing RL someone and they were clearly not enjoying the game and ask if they want to play a different deck. At least in a non-tournament setting. Yeah, like there's meant to be an agreement that both players are having fun, and if one of them is not having fun, is that more important than the other person's fun? I don't know. Fire Unbroken. Okay, so let's see if they boost into these. This deck seems bad. Wow, gain 1. Wow. We did it. Wow, it worked. Wow, it keeps working. Damn, we rezzed it for free. How much do we need for this? 2 plus Ash? I feel like if they're on Amakua, this deck would be a bit better. RNG key, they saw the top of our deck. They know it's a Rashida. I would love to install advance something. So what is this server? Still no current. Only 3 in the deck though, so it's on us at this point. Drawing more right now would be pretty bad, so we're going to do server 2 advanced credit. Oh man, I don't know. As soon as you get surveillance sweep, you're going to feel great. I think you're right about that. I feel like we might feel okay, but they can just stim hack this remote. Like, we can't do anything, and then we just get all the agendas into HQ. Like, we don't have a scoring window because our scoring window is kind of like the Bayreuth problem, right? Like, yeah, exactly. Like, so many things need to happen. I'll just res this, whatever. If there's a surveyor here, we'd actually feel a bit smarter. I think the fun part of any game is making interesting decisions. In the last game, even your opponent had no meaningful decisions. Seems pretty fun. Unfun all around. Yeah, I feel like that. So they don't have to break this. It's cheaper to trace. Oh, Mitch Bucker is live. Yo, CML, how you doing? Which deck are we looking at? Right now we're playing a new Angelus Sol surveillance sweep deck. That's pretty bad. Why does it always seem like the runner has 2 to 3x more money compared to the court ball game long? I don't think that's always common. It's just this, like, we don't have a lot of econ cards in our deck. We legitimately don't have a lot of econ cards. Oh wow, they let us bounce something. I will bounce the Paladin Poemo. Surveillance Sweep Jank idea, really cool in the 1 game out of 6 it'll work. It's been really effective against us. That's kind of why I wanted to play it. I've been struggling against this deck on JNet for the last couple of months, but admittedly those were Amakua builds, which, you know, struggle against that. We're only going to fire the last one, which is Trace End the Run. Nothing we do matters. Well, at least res the Ash, I guess. Do we even res the Ash? Yeah, I guess no. So if we res the Ash, we're down onto 6 credits, which is bad. They have to do Trace 4. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So they start using real credits. I guess we can do that. We still need to res everything else. But if they're constantly sitting on 20 plus credits, how do you keep them for each servers to score? We have to play more aggressively, and the problem is we're not playing any more aggressively. Like, by the time that we put our first thing in a remote server, it was like turn 6, because we respected Omar too much, which was a mistake. And that's the thing with Aryabata, like, is if you get it up early, then they can't interact with you, and then you can kind of fuck with them. I guess door to door is more impactful, like more necessary for you to actually like actively goof with them. But yeah, if you do nothing, like they literally didn't run, and you see a lot of other players fuck that up, where like they just sat back and they gamble, liberated, cast, like that's what they did instead of be like, I'm gonna run for singles, because like right now our deck just scores in the remote, and anytime we put something into the remote, they'll steal it, and they're doing that really well. All right, we do have a surveillance sweep. Unfortunately, when we play this, we have no, it's almost all agendas in hand, and they win off of the SSL. So at least now they have to trace first, which can be really good. They have an stim hack in hand, unfortunately. We need CTM's big Rashida energy. Yeah, CTM could do Aryabata pretty well. Has anyone tried CTM Aryabata? I think classically that was the thing, right? Because it fired off of the trace. That doesn't seem like a good way to make friends. Okay, so now we're starting up the glacier. Where am I bleeding from? That's never a fun mystery. Give me 1 second, chat. My knee. That's fine. We can live with that. Fantastic. Okay. All right. We will lose to single axis on HQ. We could ice up HQ. I think we lose on single axis anyways. We might as well do this. We Rashida. They probably want to run HQ. Oh no, you took a beat damage. Why is your knee bleeding? I think I just scratched it. Force connection better than snare. Andre. Marcus, it's true. It really is. It's good shit. It's on a need to know basis. Oh, fuck. I think we ought to add it for this game. Yeah, maybe we do. I don't know if you want to play this. Wow, hey guys, we found all their surveillance sweeps. Feels good. So they have 28 credits, and again, they don't have to run. Like, they're playing this really smart. They have no reason to interact with us because we have nothing. Like, all their agendas are advanceable, so they only have to run when we advance, and they just have to break this. Like, that's kind of the problem. They're realizing, like, wait, no, we don't have to do anything. We literally don't have to do anything. And so I guess we don't have to do anything, but they make more money than we do. This sucks. We need an NGO front for this remote so they do something. Blood sacrifice to the Netrunner gods, taking this game back to the next level. Oh, Hippo, that's scary. Here we go, Dirty Laundry. We can res the IP block. If they hippo that, it's fine anyways. They're not going to trace it, obviously. They're going to break it. 3 credits. They hippoed it, so R&D is now open with both RNG key and turning wheel. So, you know, it's a problem. But this is now where they're going for accesses, which is hopefully how we win. You're playing Honest Netrunner in a lawless land. Yeah, we're playing, well, you know, honest enough, but they have 32 fucking credits. Oh, preemptive. It's so good right now. Well, just do that. If they run it, it's pretty good. Aryabata's not honest. No, that's the most. You're the artisan of your downfall. This is the least, like, this is the most not honest thing we're doing, but it doesn't do anything when they have 32 credits. They're hoping to win off of R&D. Their chances are not amazing, considering how these agendas have fallen. We have a lot of work to do. They can let this go through. Luckily, this is a sandbox. Excuse me? RNG key, they're getting card draw or money off of the R&D runs and just building up turning wheel tokens. Aryabata's firing a lot, I agree. Yup. Gold Farmer. We could do worse. This is a mini Bologna, right? Score, purge, yes, feels very good. Play a current, no, thank you. Once our current goes, it's also gonna be pretty bad. Gold Farmer on R&D is 4 credits to break, it's not bad. I think preemptive, it's a shuffle effect. Hopefully we just score everything from hand. Single axis. Could actually be like a turning wheel axis, but they really don't need to with RNG key, find the truth. They have enough money for Bologna. They're running out of cards. They only have 6 left, so our Obacadas are going to be pretty good. That's another Hippo. Drop an SSL into the archives? I think we want to smash an SSL into the sweet, sweet remote. They're just gambling that this turning wheel is going to work out. And you know what? Probably correct. They haven't seen our last NGO because we don't have 3. How many cards can they see? 5? It's fine. There's no agendas in the top 5. There's no agendas in the top 5. What a waste of time this is. What a waste. There's no agendas in top 6. Thank God we went for Obokata, not Aesop's. That's a good point. Ooh. We don't res the outermost. Do we even res the innermost? No. Oh wait, they can just turning wheel our whole hand. What? We can't stop that. GG. Damn it! They realized it wasn't in the top 6 of R&D. Res sync, it doesn't matter. They did nothing, and that was correct. And I'm telling you, there's no agendas in the top. Oh shit! It was in the top 6. I was wrong. I gotta get off the ground a bit faster. Yo, VK, what up? GG. Let's put in CTM. Let's do one more. I don't think we've got optimal conditions may be a bit more rare than we'd like them to be, but we haven't even done it. That Omar is surprisingly swift. I respected the Omar way too much. I think. Should have just tried to push. It didn't matter, but Sync BRE I think is pretty great in the right deck. 4 for 6 strength is good. Yeah, it's good. It's definitely fine. And with Surveillance Sweep, they probably just break this. It is pretty expensive with MK Ultra. It's like 9 credits, but again, 30. Yeah, most opponents turtle up. Yeah. Gotta push. They read it and correctly deduced they were in HQ. Yeah, where the wild agendas are. Good article for sure. I have to leave. We'll catch the rest of the VOD. Hey, Lilin, thanks for dropping by. Believe in you, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate the support. What agendas are you running? We're running 3 Sandbox, 1 Quarantine, 3 SSL, and a Bologna. Let's give it one more shot, and we'll mix it up. Maybe we'll do the Chief Flea deck. That seems more consistent. It'll be fun though. 3 Bologna, 1 SSL instead, maybe? I don't know. Like, I feel like in the early game, SSL, like, okay, the fact that when they steal SSL will make 3 credits means it's more affordable to play the current again, which we might have to do in that situation. I also feel like our deck just doesn't have money. And while them not having money to steal Bologna is good for things like Ash, like it makes Ash way cooler, and that actually is kind of compelling. I feel like we just need a bit more money, because if we have more money, the Surveillance Sweep is a bit scarier, and I think that's probably a better spot. Loving all the streams. Oh, thanks, Guy. It's been all right. We're going to have another video coming out tonight, if not tomorrow morning. That's exported. I just got to upload it and make a thumbnail. And then we'll have the 3rd round in probably by Wednesday, and then we'll be again streaming on Thursday. So we got some stuff. We got some stuff for this week. I forgot to select my deck. Hey, let's make a collect call. Ooh, Val, bad pub. That's kind of like a link, right? Opening hand has a Rashida, has a Surveillance Sweep. Early Bologna is like 4 credits for Val, but I think we can keep this. Wanton would be a bit abysmal in the early, but we could just push out a Rashida. We probably want to click for a credit though. Like if they mining accident us, it's a bit annoying. I'm tired of playing defensive. I'm gonna play a bit more aggressive here. We'll push Rashida and then we'll ice up centrals and then IPO. So the big thing that we're watching out right now, they mulliganed, is I guess Wanton would be bad because we lose a hand. Falsified. Okay, it's a falsified. We're gonna res this now. I don't know if they want to double falsified, but that's an interesting card. It's fun for 2 influence. It's pretty good. But from here, we just want to watch out for Wanton, which it looks like the window's passed, and mining accident, which means we just can't res the gold farmer, so they can't do it anymore. Just took a break from the post-game shutdown, and I'm really excited with the new player implemented cards and rules. Excited to jack into the net. How's it going, Blue? Post-game shutdown. Really excited with new player. Oh my god, new player cards. It's all been really good. There's a lot to check out. We'll res it. It spends money. They can spend 6 plus bad pub to trash Rashida. Seems pretty bad. What are they going to catch up on here? It lets them just use their bad pub while running, so I think that's the reason why you want to use Gachapon, so they can install Poemo. It's already free anyways, but it's a cool thing to pop Gachapon while running in Val. You might want to run Centrals, but at least this makes us res a gold farmer. With 10 credits, there's not too many traces. They have to respect, we have to respect Hacktivist. They put back into the deck Hippo, Amakua, so Amakua is good. They could still get through here and trash Rashida, but I don't know if they want to go down to that low against NBN. Turtle deck, I think, yeah, it looks like it. That's good to hear. It's really good to hear. Yeah, Falsified makes a lot of sense with Turtle. I think that was a pretty good call right there, Terrence. All right, speaking of Turtle deck. Yoy. How do we play this out? I kind of like always putting the agenda in first before Ash. I don't know, it makes it harder to falsify. I think they only have 2 falsified usually. We gotta watch out for Hippo. Hippo's gonna be a mean. Oh, we got away with that turn. So we can do install, advance, pre-res for Hacktivist. We can also advance this once. I think getting the Cyber Dex is gonna be so clutch to our deck. We can advance this once, install, advance this. There's no really good targets for Archangel just yet, and it fires an HQ. So we'll do new remote, advance, we'll res it, and we'll advance the Sandbox. All right. So Sandbox is obviously really good because if they're running 2 or 3 Amakuas, they get really hard to play. Trashing them from the heap also is something we could do. Cute, I guess. I don't know what kind of recursion they'd be playing to get the Amakua back. We also haven't seen a restricted card, whether they're on Paperclip or not. There's the turtle. Oh my god, we're going to get a value purge here? Or they're going to run it. I think they're going to try and run it. Which then will get them with NGO front, I think. Unless they knife that, that would be mean. They could. They have enough bad pup here. Oh, they're stim hacking it. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Oh, I don't know if we get away with this one. Shit. Res Ash? Yeah, we definitely will. But they still have a lot of money. So I think we have to pop this. They still have so much fucking money, though. Jesus. Stim hack. We're too fair. We needed to double ice that. Getting the Archangel in front of this is good. I guess that they always allows them to pay 6, which is not that much worse than paying 4. All right, so how much do we want to boost into this? If we do all our money, it's bad. So I think we don't boost anything. So next turn we can do credit IPO and then jam into that remote after. They still have to respect hard hitting news though if we don't boost into this. So they have to do trace 4. They're still going to trash the Ash for 1 credit with bad pub. Play Occurrence. No. We could save a click, but it doesn't really do anything now. We want to IPO up. That's bad. We need another piece of ice. Who would have guessed? Surveyor's good. We probably just want to put this on RD credit up and then IPO. Unfortunately, the Surveyor's kind of shit, but eventually we can do that surveillance sweep. But again, with Amaku, it doesn't matter. Getting that through is such a huge thing. Well, they lost their Maw, which is good. Oh, wow. Did they actually stim hack a Maw out? Oh, that's really good for us. It's probably a bad card to deal with. Maw also kind of does mean Street Peddler sometimes. I do like myself some Maw. Some me Maw. I like me Maw. Alright, Force Connection. Your time to shine is here. Aryabhata, we want to put that into a remote with ice generally. We can do server 1 credit. What do we want to do here? We also could we probably just want the money. It's bad though, because now agendas HQ's half agendas, and I reckon they want to get a face check off somewhere. This Archangel Fires is good. Maw's my favorite console. Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? Second Activist down. Now HQ is a bit weak with the Surveyor. Take 5 or bad, but we'll pay 5. No, we'll pay 5. That's fine, I think. It's like giving him Link. We don't want to give them Link. I love Alice with Maw so much. We need to play more Alice. I think Alice's ability is a bit underrated. Oh, fuck, they have another Maw. Oh, Jesus. My lord. Easter. This is looking really bad. Oh, wow. I almost fell off my chair. I don't know whether we're going to stick to this deck for that much longer. I think I like playing it more aggressively. I feel like if we got this off, like, I think we were really weak to either Breaker plus Stim Hack. Otherwise, we would have been good. Unfortunately, that did not work out for us. This combination seems really cool. Like, we can't purge here. That's terrible. If we advance here, we lose the Ash, which is also terrible. And they're just going to hippo this farmer. If they have 2 tags, we also can't capitalize on it. They don't trash one of these cards. Like, if they don't trash the Ash, like, we lose a card from hand, which is mostly agendas. Ugh. We don't need to keep current in hand. We can play this from the bin. I'd love to see you play more Alice. She's probably my favorite runner, and we share a first name. I have an Apocalypse Alice list bookmarked right now and just haven't got around to playing it. I think Apocalypse Alice is probably the most represented Alice on competitive tables. And I think I'm a bit burnt out of playing Apocalypse decks because I don't think it makes a lot of people happy. And they all play kind of the same. The Alice that I classically played in tournaments was Self-Damage Alice, which I think is really fun. But it got a lot worse, obviously, with Zero not existing. All right, so they removed Amaku and I've Had Worse from the game, and they've put back in their deck Hippo, Black Orchestra, and Daily Casts. And they still don't have access to any breakers. Oh, no, sorry. Wow. They have a Barrier, which is a restricted card, Paperclip, and 2 MK Ultras. And they're doing the thing where they're just sitting back, which is good stuff. So I think we can do install advance. Do we just do install advance Bologna and slow roll the Bologna? I think so. I think we slow roll Bologna. It's good. I've been playing APOC out of her as well. Gachapon's a great include. Gachapon's really good with DDoS and or breakers. It does show the 6 cards that you do look at are public information though. So they do find out very fast if you are an Apocalypse. But it's at least seems a bit better than Street Peddler, in which your Apocalypses can get stuck down. Salsa Slums. Oh wow. Why do we keep running into this? Are people struggling with the assets? Do we just put this in archives and then we can purge? Yeah, probably. They're doing the same thing. Like we're fine. We are building our board so goddamn slowly that they don't have to do anything. So this is after you break all subteams, and so that I think they only pay 3 credits for this. Ma works with slums. Oh yeah, that's why. So we'll gain the 8. I guess we'll res the Ash. This feels bad. Self-damage Alice is what I was playing back before I stopped. Alright, so we can boost into this a bit if we'd like to. We want to make sure that they don't access with 5 credits. That would be kind of nice. Which means we have to do all our money. So we can do like 5. And they just trash it and run back though. No, this is a waste of time. Yeah, that's really stupid. This is bad. I think we don't have any chance with this deck. I don't know what we're doing that we keep losing to this thing and everybody else just sits back and does nothing and does well. Mosh should fire, right? Not sure if you're interested in deck suggestions, but I've been having a lot of fun with the gank deck I built after one of your streams. Ooh. Trash random. Got it. Discard, I don't know, 1? No, that's not a comment. Discard #1. Okay. Ace. I tried to save damage out of Nat by using by any means and some recursion. It's pretty middling, but fun when you can crush R&D for 5 and 5 CV. Yeah, CV is really good. I think a big part of that deck was the strength of back then people were playing Kakugo and Jinteki was a huge deal. Yeah, maybe Brick. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna play after this. Oh, really? So N is always 1? I'm just gonna type what they said because I'm not sure I follow. Cool. It's probably the index in your hand. Yeah, I think 1 was the index in her hand. And I thought N was going to ask us after, like, how many N? Yeah, makes sense. Cyberdeck Sandbox is probably a lot better out of HB. We can actually fast advance and use Virus Suite for value. I don't think it's specifically much better than. I think it's good in yellow. Like you have, all you need is Macrophage really. Surveillance Sweep is good. I think it's good in HB. I think it's good anywhere though. But you're right, if you purge in HB, especially if you have Jeeves in HB, it's good. Excuse me, so what do we do here? All right, we talked about this. Interaction. If we give them 2 tags, how good is it for us? How good is 2 tags for us? They hit this in the wrong order too, which is fantastic. If they hit in the other order, they had less money. Maybe this is the right order. So if they steal this, they're going to be on 6 credits and 1 click, so they can't remove both tags. So if we do like 7, so that's strength 10. Thinking, this is interesting. So they need, okay, so they need 7. We need to make them spend more than 7 for this to stick. So that's 8, I think. Then if they spend into this, they spend 8, they'll have 4 credits, they can't steal below it. Yeah, this seems fine. Not enough money? 2 is a lot to keep a current up. Yeah, it's not a lot of money in this deck. You're totally right. For a deck based around Surveillance Suite, we've been persistent in not playing it the game. Well, we can't afford it, and it doesn't really matter when they have Amakua at 4. Like, it doesn't matter. Got it. Apex 2020. Could have been a contender. All right, so it looks like we're going to score the Bologna. Feels so good. And they didn't want to take 2 tags. I'm telling you, Force Connection, not bad. Snare would have been lethal. Shh. We'll play it. This shouldn't scare them with an Amakua to 4. At least it makes the Archangel a bit like more annoying. If we bounce the Maw, I feel like we're in a good spot. But scoring Bologna is such a wonderful feeling. Yo, John, how you doing? How's your Monday? It does feel pretty all right. I think we want to purge next turn. We'll just get this in front of HQ, so it's a bit harder. We'll get this in front of R&D, so it's a bit harder. And then we're just not going to have a remote, and they can literally do nothing and click for credits, and we'll lose. The only way we win is if they go super aggro and be like, oh, I got to get me them singles. Which, you know, single, well, they're doing it. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. All right. They don't have an orchestra, so this is going to be a fine Archangel. We have no money. But they have to trace first. And this could bounce an Amakua. Could also bounce a Ma. Doesn't sweep work with... yeah, it does, actually. That was a reason worth playing it. It's pretty good with Ash. And look, they spend 8. We spend nothing. Feels good. Bouncing Ma feels amazing. Yes, it does. Monday's doing all right. You? Yeah, not too bad. Are they still in SSL? No. They just cleared our current we played last turn. Can't res Macrophage. If they hit the 1 and 4 on HQ, I swear to God, I'll lose my mind. We're 1 credit short of this being an issue. Run archives. Oh, right. Oh, man. That's good. Oh, never mind. Don't run archives. That's okay. When is in archives? Did we throw out an agenda before? Oh, well, we did. Ah, I guess we're gonna credit preemptive. Could have ran archives. We couldn't have rezzed. What's our best card? Probably Ash, admittedly. Once we get a remote, get more money, get everything. This deck is terrible. This is really bad. They could have stolen it, run again at 4 credits and steal the bad pub, scared of HSN. Yeah, I think they were scared of HSN. If we score it, like, it's bad because it doesn't cost us any money, but like us getting on 3 points does not make us that much closer. Has anyone reported the bug? I don't know, Pink. I reckon they must have. That's a wild combination with Salsa Slums that you can trash stuff with Maw. That's so good. We'll res the Phage here. The other option is to res Surveyor, but they break it for 1 credit. This at least is a bit annoying. It was the Maw hit, pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, we did lose 1 earlier. They mod 2 agendas. Oh good, sweep is down. Fire Unbroken. So, trace 4 for a purge to be good. Saves us a whole fucking turn. Wesley, what's up? I was going to skip ahead in the video to the next match. I keep failing to realize it's live. Oh, that hurts. This is still going to be terrible, though. Don't worry, we got a macrophage res. All right. Hey, we got a purge. Trace 3, trash a virus. They're boosting that. Remove this one, doesn't matter. They're not going to boost this one. Trace 1 in the run. Still love y'all, though. Thanks, Wesley. I agree. I think we're going to just stop with this deck in a bit and just play whatever is good. Just so we can win a game or something. Aeneas Informant for Spite. Man, I haven't seen Aeneas in a long time. We can't res that. It would have been pretty good right there. It's actually been really good. They hit the News Hound. We lost our Surveillance Sweep, so we can no longer play this. Because the only way we can play it is by scoring or stealing an agenda. They're rebirthing into Hoshiko. That's value. She does have a link sometimes. Hoshiko. Drawing a card. Their money has faltered a wee bit. And now this is up, which is hard to hippo, which is really good. Gain 3 from SSL? Yeah, don't mind if we do. So we can start building remote. If we have no cards in hand, they can't maw us. That seems okay. We'll put this on the inside just because it's a bit better. And admittedly, if they do new sound this, it's bad. We have to be able to threaten to res a remote, which is really important. They also have falsified, so they're going to know if they need to run. And again, we're only at 3 points while they're on game. Does she flip? Yeah, why not? I think she does. Because they did access a card that turn. Even if she wasn't on the table. Hunting Grounds actually doesn't matter. I don't think we have anything that has on encounter. I guess IP block. No, that doesn't matter. And Hoshiko flipping back. So as soon as we draw an agenda, we're going to have to draw a lot. Ooh, Macrophage. That's pretty great. Sync BRE. That's pretty good there. Servers are looking okay. Gold Farmer's looking the worst here, but I don't think they can rely on their Amaku anymore. Drawing once is dodgy. All right, so let's just hope they can't get an access and trash her close accounts. She's supposed to flip though? I thought it was like Jeeves where she had to be active for it. I feel like the game remembers those things though. I feel like the game remembers it. I'm not sure. We'll res the Gold Farmer here. We also have a CVS in the deck at some point. So they could break this for 2 and hippo it, which actually maybe that's why we want to keep the macrophage for here. All right, they're breaking it. It's going to get hippoed. What, do they have another mining accident? Get Amaku to 7? Okay. Amaku to 4 is good enough, right? Because then you can deal with new sound. Oh, they're just popping the gacha bomb before they access. It lets them use their bad pub, so the data folding actually comes in for free as opposed to 1 credit. That's a good play. I like that a lot. They removed Gamble and Earthrise. They kept an Ice Carver, which is something worth knowing. Force Connection. We can put that in the remote if we'd like. Oof. Oof. Maybe we should have purged. Ugh. Ugh. Cool thing is that we put this in archives and they trash it. Probably a waste of hippo there. Yeah, probably. Actually, I don't know. What do we do with this? If they put it in the remote, they can falsify it. I assume they have another. No, they've used 2. I didn't realize they used another falsified. We'll put this in server 4. Actually, this is a mistake in server 4 because if they run server 4, they win. I don't like this play. I should have thought about it for 1 more second. Since I'm sure you got CVS. Yeah, we do. That might even be it. Yeah, I think we should just put that on archives. We're going to have to purge next turn before we can jam, I think. Also, we just don't have money to res anything. Like, what do we do here? Oh, this is terrible. No, you can have the bad pub, it's fine. You can get to 6 and run R&D. And 6 gets through BRE and Archangel. So you still got NGOs, do you? No, I don't think we do. I think we've used both of them. We only have 2. Like, I think putting the macrophage on our archives was a game-winning play, and we did not do it. I think that actually is going to cost us the game. I think that is going to cost us the game. Oh, fuck me. Okay. It's not good. This is not a good play. It's better than nothing. Having credits is a crush. Yo, Steven, how you doing? Yeah, it really is. This deck is no coming. How do you put Econ in a deck? Like, what do you do? Mass comps? Econ in a Corv deck? Oh my god. Like, is 3 NGO Super Sheets is not enough. Like, you need to play like Paula or Zmari, something that gives you value. Otherwise, you're clicking for so many credits. Jackson Howard is crutch. Yo, John, they banned that comment. Slot Machine? Yeah, Slot Machine's okay. Daily Quest? Daily Quest is okay. Daily Quest would be good with this deck, actually. I think you're right about the quest. All right, so that's good. So now we don't have to worry about that anymore. We still need to worry about, I don't know, money? And the problem without this ice is as soon as they get a Maw trigger, like, we have a big chance of losing the game. ID's not doing much for you? No, it's doing nothing because we only have one more current in the deck and we can't replay a current from hand. We just didn't have the economy though. Like, the problem with the ID is the economy. Making news would have been better this game. I'm honestly surprised you're playing this out of Soul and not on Making News or GameNet. GameNet actually would have done a lot more for us. GameNet would give us value. I think I like the GameNet way more. They should just be taking credits. Like, I think we're wasting each other's time with the cyber decks in here and them going for Amaku counters. Like, whatever. We probably shouldn't even have done that. What am I? I'm playing terribly. Like, we should have probably just ran for their mode and got them to purge. We just need to click for credits though. We got to throw out a card anyways. Maybe that's not the worst. And they're just going to ice carver this so that it doesn't do that bad for them. What's the play here? It's a 7 strength Amakua. I think I'm Black Orchestra it? And Hippo it? That's fine. That seems really expensive. Pay 9. Do we res the dinkiest surveyor ever? I guess we do. Or we lose. We have to or we lose. My last bit of the sort of deck ended up in CTM. I think we had some comments in chat to push that way. Rob was on that a lot. Oh, they break it for 2. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I guess we could have purged, but then we had no credits. We have no chance winning this game. Surveyor is going to maw the Surveyor. We got lucky. It should tell him that this is the Surveyor that got mawed, not a random card. I think we concede. Well, do you know what's the same as conceding? Just putting this in remote. In theory, we should purge. Actually, no, we're gonna purge. Cool. Yeah, this is rough. This is terrible. Strength 1 Surveyor. Strength 2. Oh, it's 1. You're right with Ice Carver. Oh man. Never surrender? No, I think surrendering makes sense. No, I think you could. They can't steal Obokata anymore. It feels good. It feels so good. Cool thing is if they steal the SSL, we'll get 9 credits. The bad thing though is I think we'll lose. Why didn't you purge with CVS and Jam? Because we have no money. If we purge with CVS, we'd had 1 credit and then we can't res the ice. Because we still have to pay 3 to res CVS. Yeah, we had no money. I think the best way to improve this deck is to play a different deck. Yeah, I'm technically GameNet, but yeah, I agree with you. Daily Quest also would be pretty good in this deck. It lets us get up early and then keep our remote. Actually, sorry, no, you're good. All good? Sure, you got it. So we can't really res anything just because we're going to need our money for the remote. So it gives them MQ counter so they can break this for 2, so they don't need to do anything with their MK Ultra. So they're accessing for 1 credit with Bad Pope. Actually, I think this is a free run. Cyberdeck Sandbox. Oh, good game. This is I'm a guy to retire. Oh, not at all. IP Black is value though? Not really. They do have hunting grounds. And if we can res that, we can't really res much on the remote. I figure you don't need to worry about unadvanced cards in there. You're totally right. Ooh, I didn't know they were on 3 falsified. Alright, we gotta play something that's good. Just because we've been grinding the bottom of the bin for a while now. Feels bad. Feels really bad. When we're not making plays, like what's fun is to make plays. And so far everything we did was like super reactive. Besides the first play that we got punished on, unfortunately. So 4-2s are really scary here. The sandbox is a big deal. What was Jessica's idea? Start swatting and PD Corden? I think so. But I think I want to play something that's particularly competitive. Lol. No. I want to play something that I know is at least consistent. Jank is fun, but Dirtle Jank not so much. Exactly, but like in theory, if this thing sets up, but this is Dirtle Jank. Like, but the biggest problem is we just don't have money. Like, it doesn't matter what the fuck we did. If we had infinite money, we could have done something cool, but we don't. And infinite money is so important when we have traces. Ugh. We'll try something else. Problem with jank money, always money. Give the guy a good deck. We'll find one. We'll find one. Yeah, I think Hoshiko's one of the better rebirth identities. I think they could have done Omar though. Like our archives was shit. And Omar means that you can fire mob pretty consistently. It does draw attention to archives. We should go Alice, but not against people I expect to have archive traps. Oh, that's cool too. Played Sweep Swall a few times and it's always been underfunded. Playing a 2-credit current is hard when you're struggling to stay afloat. Yeah, I think we can need more money. No guarantee that it's good though. What is it? I feel like Soul Equivalent that works with lockdowns instead of currents could be really fun if Nisei kept developing that design space. Cheers. I'm interested to know if Nisei is going to make more currents or lockdowns, excuse me, or whether that's something that's just like, oh, one of those mechanics that only is in a certain product. I'm going to take off and go shower and stuff. If you're still alive when I'm back, I'll drop by. If it's not, it's been cool to hang out and catch you rod later. Happy hunting. Hey, thanks, Lamilla. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your what is it, Monday? Yeah, enjoy your Monday. If you want to play runner, let's see what we can play. If you want to play runner. The stats show the opposite. I've heard infinite money, and now I'm thinking of a corp ID that has exactly that as their ID ability. With the runner being able to click for 3 credits to balance that out or something. Also, the corp's could spend more than X per turn, maybe. Reduce service plus divert power jank. Yo, what's up, Thanos? Yo, we haven't got divert power up yet, but like I think we need to play something that's going to ground us a bit in fundamental netrunners before we do weird stuff because we haven't been doing anything really compelling today. This Cronus list, mind you, I think is really, really good. I'm a big fan of this Cronus list. I think it's great. How about some Argus? Yeah, Argus is good stuff. Argus decks though have been the same for like 6 years though, so I don't know if we want to do it. Ooh, maybe we can play SSO. That's sometimes good. It's free real estate. This is Marcus Batty has Forma Carry, which I think the deck list said that they wanted to cut. SSO can be really strong. It also, like, though, if they do have a bad opening and they don't have an agenda, I think they get stomped on. Well, not stomped on, but it's like way harder. Wait, does this have mass comms in it and red planet couriers? No. Okay, we can't. We're gonna have to close that one. This deck is a lot of fun. Yes, this Chronos list? Yeah, Vincent, let's play this. This is the list that you're going to see a bit of it because I play this in JNK. We'll do one of these at least because it's really fun. I made one change to the deck, which is to... Vincent, what changes have you been making to this list? Andre plays RPC. I didn't read the whole list. I changed the celebrity gift just for voter intimidation on the basis that it's good because you can deal with Rashida and No One Home. Or sorry, wow, you can deal with Film Critic and No One Home, and I think that's important for this list. I think Film Critic and No One Home in the same deck is near unwinnable. I'm not convinced the border controls are the best way to spend 6 influence in this deck list. They weren't even that useful when I played this. I don't need to do this. When we played it at the tournament. But we already have this deck list over here, and it's doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well online. We'll give it a shot. I'll explain the whole deck once we get up to it, but basically Complete Image is a hell of a card. Yeah, Vincent, what have you changed? I put the voter intimidation in as well. Did you do anything else tricky? Did you put Sadaka in? I think Sadaka's cool. Malice Lumen, let's do this. Apex. Uh-oh, you can't kill Apex. Apex is really hard to kill. Hey, hey. This hand's keepable. So Apex has Heartbeat, which is actually one of the best anti-damage cards. Hopefully we can rip it with the whole board. I tried Fetal AI instead of TFP, but it's bad with Complete Image. Yeah, I think there's a big reason why you want to run only 3-pointers in this deck. Just put this on HQ. So we don't know whether this is Apocalypse or not. We could have drawn once. I guess we'll draw. Ugh, drawing feels bad right there. Breach Dome is good against Apocalypse. We're inherently very good against Apocalypse because we are Cronus Protocol. And so if they make a run and go through an Obakata, or sorry, a Kakugo, or hit a snare or something, we can hit a card from hand, which is really, really good. You can't kill Apex, not with that attitude. It's hard. I can't believe I played Apex and didn't match against you. John, that would have been really fun. Dirty Laundry, running Archives. They did place a face down card. Let's see if Malice mulliganed. They kept, so their hand must be pretty okay. It's okay, they're not on a heartbeat, it'll be fine. Toying around with different ice suites, but the original one feels the best. It feels pretty good. Buffer Drive, that's Recursion. Gachapon, that's two new good cards from Uprising for our Apex fans. Let's draw for an ice. We didn't hit it. I don't know if we want to put Rashida down naked. It feels like we get so much more value if she's behind some ice. And so we want to discard the Breach Dome as soon as possible. So I think we don't want to play both econ cards. So I think we'll just do credit IPO and then throw out Breached. We don't need the hedge fund right now. We're not a punitive deck, which some of these actually are. Lost connection to server. Oh, that's bad. Is the stream still up? No, we're good. Test. Huh. Hold on just 1 second. I might have to reconnect. Yeah, I'm going to and reconnect. Got real Apex DCing you. So we can leave the game and come back. Rejoin. We might have wanted to clean this browser. Discard 5. Oh, that's a good choice, actually. But it didn't look like end turn worked either, so I feel like we had bigger problems. Okay, we're good. All good. Told the Breach Domes for vulnerabilization. I think Breach Dome is so good. Just to be able to poison archives. It's shitty as a one of, but I don't want to play Celebrity Gift in this deck almost ever. Do you think Asmari will be competitive? Scarcity's banned? And when any why Scarcity has never been banned or restricted is beyond me. Yeah, it's true. But I think a big part of why Scarcity was important is that currents. It's important that every faction has like a current that's compelling enough. The problem is we have the opposite of that now, where a lot of runners don't. This is a simulator where they can flip one of their face down cards face up, the cards in event trash it. So that means they can get down their Cyber Ciphers, their Aesop's Pawn Shops, their Boomerang, stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Let's get some ice. For a remote, are we doing this on a remote? I guess so. I guess we are. Remote. So let's see what they do. They also Gachapon. We saw a bit of their deck. I missed the chat scroll. Does anybody remember what that is? Their Security Nexus. They have no econ, which is not something we can capitalize besides jamming behind ice. There you go. They're flipping up Aesop's Pawn Shop for 2 clicks, so now they can sell a card every turn. Eventually, Reaver will be getting them card draw on top of that. It's a good econ engine, but again, they have 0 credits. All we need to do is find an ice, and we can just start jamming. All right, that's good enough. So, server 1. I think we want to score the SSLs. They can score the Obakatas, and then here we probably just hedge fund, throw something out. I don't know what we throw out. Archive Memory is pretty good. I think we actually throw out a snare here. Not really hiding anything in archives, right? It's okay if you stash 1 copy of TFP in there. Sort of, but then you can lose. Wasteland, giving them 4 credits on the Aesop cell. This gives you an additional credit and they're free installing. So once they get Reaver up, it's like 4 credits at minimum a turn and a free card draw, as long as they put a card down clicklessly, which does take a card up. There's the Reaver we talked about. So this is their card draw credit engine. We want to just score out an SSL, and then we can score out the Obakata, and from there probably score out another agenda or do something else. We'll just do advance. We don't need the money. We can put this in a new remote so we don't throw it out. We can also do triple advance so we don't throw out that turn, but we don't have to score the SSL too fast. And actually probably with an Aesop's engine, we want to go a bit faster because eventually they're getting 4 credits a turn and a card draw. We're not keeping up with that, but it took them a while to set up at least. Are you playing against a viewer? I don't know. I'm not actually sure. We played against Malice before. I'm not 100% sure. It's not a name that shows up in YouTube or Twitch chat. Whether it's someone's alias who's in chat regularly, it could be. That's what I meant. Breach Dome isn't that good because you lose only situation when protect effectively. Oh, I see what you mean. And there's Reboot, which, what a fucking card. 5 cards they install face down, and they can just pawn these. They also have the Dream Net, which is such good support for Apex. The only other digital runner besides Hoshiko. They won't run archives, right? Why not drop an Obokata? Well, they will. They will. The thing is, if they get the Obokata, like, we can... The thing is, like, if they get the Obokata, we might be able to just kill them, but more importantly, we can have enough agendas in hand to score out. Like, they're just doing their kind of like setting up their econ engine, which is so click intensive, right? Like, get down Aesops, get down a simulator, flip, get all this shit down. And now they have all the Aesops fodder, but I don't know if it's entirely gonna matter. Played a single Reboot in Aesop's Haley, and it was pretty glorious. It's 5 influence though, right? What a card. What a card, though. They don't have the console yet. Yeah, we have to rush to the console. Once they have the console, it gets a bit trickier, but that's why Reboot's also really good as a damage protection card. And we could lose to this for sure. Just if they get, like, what's it called, the console down, we have no good way to interact with it. Oh, yeah, I think we're fucked. At least if they prevent a damage, they can't steal Obokata. So with this on the table and them keeping enough cards, I don't think we can ever kill them, so we have to actually score out. So I like that a fair bit. The snares are actually now pretty good because it grinds out cards. But there's a chance that we never fire our ability. And Gachapon actually eats their cards. Advance, score. I think we can do install advance next turn. Let's put this on R&D. This technically doesn't do damage. I won't get this in the remote, I guess. How much do we need to res this remote? They still don't have breakers yet. I'm assuming there's a... What's it called somewhere? Boomerang. Black Orchestra coming down. It's the first breaker we've seen. It's coming in from the Gachapon. So we get to see a bit more of their deck and what they shuffle back. So No One Home, they're actually playing. That's pretty good as a virtual card. That's also a huge hate against us. Harbinger Prey, Dirty Laundry, Gamble. I think if they play it properly with Complete Image, No One Home, and Heartbeat, we have no chance of killing them. We actually have to win in a remote. That's really bad. Boomerang, very good with the simulator. I wouldn't say very good. I honestly think it might be worse. It's cool that it's so flexible, but if you can just land the proper ice, I think that might be better than like the 2.5 clicks. I guess the face down install could have been something else that you pawn shopped, so. Crowder. Yeah, I don't think we win this one. Yeah, I really don't think we win this one. At least they can't steal the Obokata, so we don't have to do anything here. Yeah, they have double Reaver. Oh, I guess the thing that they could do is draw through their whole deck. We could grind them out. But they can't prevent the damage here with the Heartbeat because you actually have to pay the damage to steal it. It's a cost. So they can't actually steal that. So feeling okay. They do draw a card. Oh, I almost forgot about DreamNet. Throw in 3 cards. They could have stolen that with DreamNet. Apex Shining over here. Absolutely taking us apart with this. So now it's all about the border controls and the Obokatas. But they can prevent this damage. Like, I don't know what we do. Something weird. That's what we do. And when they sell, they're going to draw 2 cards, which is crazy. I don't think they're on recursion. Like, Reboot is, though, it's just so much fucking kill value. Like, Reboot is basically prevent 5 damage. Reaver. Pawn Shop, that's 4 cards. They draw 2 cards and gain 4 credits. It's wild. Forgetting how good Pawn Shop actually is in Apex. It's a Harbinger. We also don't have preemptive, so we can only go so hard, right? They can't steal the Obo, but now they know. Yeah, Vesper, they do know. All right, well, it looks like this is safe. Huh, that's why you don't res the border control. Yeah, we get this Obo. Do we res the Kakugo? Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. They have to prevent this damage, and it just eats cards. It's fine. They also do have a recursion card, which is really strong. Let's see if they prevent it. So we can score this. We'll have to throw something out. I really don't know whether we should keep the complete images. Wow, they use Harbinger. It's 2 hit points. That's disgusting. If we res this, they can probably not break it. Yeah, fuck it, we'll res it. We're going to kind of not a lot of money at this point. Resource program hardware. So this is where you'd use notepad.exe, but I don't know if this is going to matter. Chat, help me remember if we forget. So it's Hunting Grounds, Adore, Gachapon. So we're going to end the run. So we can score this, we'll still have 5. Also, just wait until they throw out their heartbeats and spam voter intimidation. Oh, we can't voter intimidate heartbeat, though. It has to be a resource. Oh, we had more money than we thought we did. Game point. I'd res the Kakugo, start grinding them out as they draw their whole deck. This might go the distance. You have a point there, but I think with reboot, we're pretty unfavored. All right, so they drew the first card that we knew of. So now the top of the deck is Adore, Gachapon. They have a Hunting Grounds in hand, which doesn't matter because we actually now playing Komainu. Yeah, Intimidation is only resource. Why did you discard NGO? I feel like it's the worst card. If we're like this, we could still grind them out by just playing Complete Image over and over again. There's still a small chance that it's good enough. Oh, they're gonna actually lose this. Should we drop Complete Image? I don't know. I think this has a small chance of grinding them out. Like if we just play this, archive, play it. Like we could maybe do enough damage for that to matter. That's our only chance. The NGO doesn't matter too much. Like we can always click for credits. Them going through this remote costs them nothing. Adore, Hunting Grounds. Okay, so I don't think they have anything. Hunting Grounds doesn't do anything against us. Sai Senton is pretty sweet. It actually does something. They break it though for what? 2? Wait, that feels bad. I think we have to give them this one, which they draw 2 cards. We could have waited for another border control. That would be good. Why not jam now? I think we do. I think we do jam now. There's nothing really good for us to do. But again, how much damage prevention do they have? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, like 20. At least 20, and still 12 cards left. Test. Loud and clear. My thought is being because they keep drawing and installing face down, they run out of cards in hand and can't replenish from the deck, making the Opekas totally safe. I think you're right, though, that they are probably installing a few too many cards. Like, I don't think they need half of this stuff. Like, Hunting Grounds doesn't even matter in this matchup. Oh, it's good against Slot Machine. But it, like they already deal with Komainu elegantly with Adore. I don't think there's any other on encounters. I guess it deals with Konjin if we're on it. That's kind of cool. So I sent down 3 to break with Adore. Did I fuck it up? Oh yeah, 3. Excuse me. Isn't Complete Image terminal? It is, but I mean just across multiple turns. Yeah, money's gonna be an issue for sure. All right, pawn shop. Like actually getting a border control in archives to like to stop a reboot might be meaningful. It's probably not enough. Complete Image is terminal. Yeah, Vincent, it is. Yeah, have you been misplaying it? Most expensive value neurals? Well, we can guess cards in their hand. Like they're probably running 200 grand, 3 wastelands, multiple heartbeats. That's not the worst. There's Prey. Cool. So this is more cards they trash. Prey's good. And they steal the Obokata in theory, Complete Images online. I don't think we have a chance in this one either. This like feels bad, right? Because I don't think there's any quality of play that we could have exhibited that would make us win this matchup. Unless we drew perfectly and jammed and they drew perfectly and fucked up. Like that's what is always annoying about like really niche silver bullet cards is I don't know if there's any line of play that we could take that wins this matchup. I guess I've never had a situation where I didn't get a kill from it. resource event. They could have Hunting Grounds that. They didn't. Turning Wheel, Hunting Grounds reboot. So Turning Wheel is how we're going to lose the game. And what's up? Okay, but if they prevent the first damage from Complete Image, it doesn't fire again. So it's just really expensive neural conditioning this match. Totally. Oh. That one is hard to fix. Especially with Ice Destruction. Wanna just run it back? Just run it back. We'll do Prey manually. They prevent they don't trash a card. Yeah, it's only gonna do 1 damage. You're totally right. Yeah, excuse me. It's not gonna do 2. So it's just gonna, yeah, it's fucking useless. I don't think we have a chance. In this matchup, yes. Yeah, I don't think we have a chance. We'll just fire first sub. Okay. They lose 3. So we have no way to tax them out. Like all our ice is basically border control. We only have 1 more slot machine, Kamino, Engram Flush, stuff like that. Engram Flush is interesting. It's expensive for them to break. Sorry, lose 3? So they could steal this Obokata if they want. They draw a DreamNet. Doesn't they Hunting Grounds Engram? Oh, fuck me. You're right. Hunting Grounds is way better than I thought it was. Oh my god. Wait, they're not preventing this? No prevention? Why are they not preventing this? Oh, because they want to, of course. Of course, they're stealing it. So we're going to trash the No One Home. It's either the No One Home or the Turning Wheel. I feel like we're always going to lose to net damage. We might as well trash the Turning Wheel. The reboot also is pretty good, but I don't think we have any chance of killing them. So we trash Harbinger, Clot, No One Home, Turning Wheel. I did not remember what was in their hand because I don't think it's ever going to matter. You gain 3 credits, you should not? For real? It was research event. Why shouldn't we have gained 3 credits? I thought it's lose 3, gain 3 because there's 2 of the same. What are we fucking up? They didn't break it, did they? They want to use Hunting Grounds. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, then in theory, it changes what cards come off their deck. I see what they mean, just fire first, though. You're right, okay. So if they Hunting Grounds, they only lose 3. It does fuck up the order of their deck. I don't think that matters. Yeah, got it. What do we do? Do we concede? We don't have enough snare recursion. Oh, this feels so bad. We've been conceding so many games today. But like, I legitimately don't think we can win this one. We probably should have hit the Turning Wheel. Or did we trash the Turning? Why don't we trash the Turning Wheel? Did we not click the Turning Wheel? Oh, because fuck! Buffer Drive. We should have not hit the Turning Wheel. I guess it doesn't matter. They would have Turning Wheeled it anyways. Yeah, okay. Ugh. No, we need this for the remote. That was really clumsy, I'm aware. Well, we need this for the remote. We're going to lose the Centrals, anything we do. If we don't lose the Centrals, at least the game's really long. I could have just undid a click, but I had to undo the whole turn because we did that first click. Alright, they only have 9 cards left. They do have Buffer Drive and probably a Reboot in hand. Sorry, I hit the microphone. I don't think that, yeah, they do have a Reboot in hand. There's another Reboot, so that's 5 cards on the table. So not only is that like infinite Aesop's value in some sense, considering they trash for what, 5 now, but it also, I don't know. You got very off-meta matchups that are literally perfect counters to the decks you're playing. Yeah, we played Sunny 5 Link, and we play this. Yeah, I fucking think we can concede this. No One Home's on the table, which is also wild. Like, even deciding like what we wanted to trash doesn't matter that much because they can just reboot and then assimilate to flip over the No One Home. Like, it's so hard for us to deal with this. Why would we res this? It does nothing. Only 4 more cards until the last Obokata is pretty... You're right, though. If they just fuck up and they keep selling things, they're drawing 2 cards. Maybe the last Obokata is really hard. Oh, Gene Splicer, we wanted that. This thing they can prevent the damage, though. Hokusai Grid doesn't do anything, forces a run, though. I don't know what we're doing. So your way out. You're right. Our way out is to make sure the last Obokata fires. And in theory, they can always Buffer Drive a card back. And anytime they Aesops, they have to draw 2. Or draw 1. I guess they trash one of these. This is not... they can always overinstall this, but this is not... this is mandatory. Buffer Drive helps them. Yeah, it does help them. Buffer Drive helps them a fair bit. I can't believe they have Buffer Drive also in a deck with Heartbeat, but I guess this is more for recursion. But they already have recursion with Simulator Reboot. That's wild. We don't even res this. They probably shouldn't trash it. They break this for 3. I don't think we do anything better with our money. This encourages them to Aesops more. We'll call... Oh, they could... Do UHG this? Yeah, okay, whatever. We're gonna call event. Seven cards left. We also don't have DRM or any way to tutor our agenda. All right, so you got HG now. Nailed it. Continue encounter. So this is just lose 3. So that was a 6 credit run. That's pretty good. But Drive only fires on damage, yeah. So if you shouldn't make much use of it in non-damage matchups, no. No, but it also does recursion. But in non-damage matchups, it's obviously like a lot of fire and broken subs. So they just lose 3. That's fine. It's like getting through it with a breaker, but you don't need a breaker. And this is the Hokusai that even if we res it, like it's just buffer drived away. So I'm not gonna res it. They can trash that for 4 if they'd like. It also gives them a card with DreamNet. DreamNet's actually a bigger issue for them. They might want to pawn shop the DreamNet. Like this is forcing them to draw. This is actually going in our favor. You can force them to draw through Reaver and damage, right? Yeah, Reaver, damage. They're selling another Wasteland. You don't need this. And DreamNet. But they can always pawn these things. SSL. Okay, that's a problem. We can always archive memories for like annoying stuff. Like I think we archive memories for border control. Yeah, I think it's the best thing we have is archive memories for border control. You can't see how many cards they installed. Okay, they have that many cards inside. They have that many cards installed. All right. So it looks like Reaver's going to fire once more. Now they only have 6 cards left. So again, we need to find that Obokata. It's the only one that has a prevention ability. I'm telling you, you just need to play 3 more cards. Yeah, you're right. Turning wheel. Okay, so that's how we lose at least. We'll res the slot machine. Whatever. It costs them the money. We don't have money to threaten snare though, which is unfortunate, but... Oh, this does nothing? Fire and broken? Fire? Alright, well they played around this, so this just makes them lose 3, that's fine. And they can get a single access here. They could treat the trash to complete image, which honestly we don't feel bad about. Scoring the SSL is an issue because then it'd be on game point. Wow, they got it. Fuck. So at least that's money for us. 1 in 5, okay. No turning wheel counters. Engram Flush, again, no point resing this card. Actually, no, there is, but only if they had another click left. Trashing a Rashida so they still get a turning wheel token. So we need to make them like use all their cards. I want to keep cards in hand, so I'm not going to play the IPO. Again, money doesn't do much here. All we need to draw is draw into the Obokata, and maybe we have a chance. Buffer to recur reboot. The reboot doesn't matter. Like if they reboot, it's just damage prevention, but no amount of damage prevention allows them to steal Obokata. So let's see if they actually install a card face down here. I think they're going to stop installing cards. If they don't fuck up and install 2 more cards or 3 more cards, we have a chance. So let's see what they do. Like we need to force them to pray something. It doesn't give them a window to hunting grounds. So the hunting grounds. Any interest in archives? I don't think so. I think it's just Rashida. Reach jump. So okay, cool. Can you run back? Can you just ETR and run back so I can see your hand? Because we still reveal it. So we just want them to bounce here and flip a token. So they should HG now. They got an extra turning wheel token. We'll fix that. Okay, continue counter as fire unbroken. So we see their hand. It's hunting grounds, reboot, sure gamble career for heartbeat. I'm going to copy that down to a page in case that matters. Salam's hospitality would be good in this matchup. If we had Salam's, we actually could win. This deck doesn't have Salam's. Cool. Thanks. Should have 1 fewer. All right, so I just have this over here in a window if it matters. Make sure they fix the turning wheel 100%. Thanks. All right, DreamNet, not gonna draw him a card. Gonna give him a credit. That's our next Gene Splicer. So those are out. Again, these don't matter that much. Like they give us something to put in the remote that they have to interact with. I'm taking they're not breaking it. It's way more expensive to break than just to let this fire. And they're just gonna build up turning white tokens. Yeah, there's one breach dome in there. That's kind of cool, but they can prevent the damage. The deck damage doesn't matter. And again, like unless we draw the avocado, we lose. I don't think they're gonna install more cards. Have you tried to Salam's complete image Hyobu deck? I don't think I would ever play Hyobu. I think there's so much support that needs Hyobu. I'd rather just play Salam's and Cronus if anything. I don't think Hyobu's ability is anywhere near as good as Paulina, especially with Grail gone. Yeah, we'll take the money. So the complete image, fantastic. Draw once. Just try and find that Obakata. Oh, border control. That's interesting. I guess we can put that on a remote. That snuck through. That can be interesting, actually. If we do draw an agenda, we can put that on a remote and then next turn hedge fund up. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw out some of these trashables. Again, I don't ever see how complete image will matter. You know how we talk shit about these border controls in the deck? Arcane for Gene, advance. It does nothing though, because they can prevent the damage with heartbeat, and then it's just 2 cards. Like it's really not worth anything. Someone says reveal on the card. Oh, the runner reveals. Yeah, it's also different. There's some cards that don't even work with Hyobu. It depends who's revealing it. Aesop to Trash Reaver should have done that earlier. I think they're realizing, yeah. Now, if we just had an NGO, the NGO doesn't matter though. Like they still run it. They have infinite money. We don't want to shore their border controls. Eventually, they can't prevent any more damage. It's going to take so many turns. There's no amount of archive memories for snares or what's it called. And they can even just trash breakers. Like they can trash Black Orchestra over and over again. They also can take 1 net damage a turn freely with buffer drive. Use ability on snare. Like this is stupid. We shouldn't do this in theory. The tag is more annoying than anything. Yo, what's up, Cinchling? I mean, it doesn't make you have to make 3 runs on the server, so you can sneak it past them if they try to prep too much. I don't know. The thing is, like, archive memories install advanced. There's no prep they have to do. They have all their breakers. So they prevented 3 net damage. That's fine. Andre Dobrovichir, how's your isolation going? Love the beard. Thank you. It's going okay. How was Easter? We made Maddie made here yesterday potica. We didn't have like the big slow of anything. We made some Pražen krompir. It was nice. How's your Easter? Otherwise, it's going okay. Those cards are their money too. You're right, those cards are their money. I think that's pretty compelling. There's a small chance we can sneak through. But I think they can just run the remote over and over again. I wonder if they clear the tag. I think they definitely have to. Losing the hunting grounds would be pretty bad. And I don't know, I have Notepad EXE over here. And they have another reboot and another hunting ground. So even if we like do enough damage, like it's not gonna matter. They even have another heartbeat, so their heartbeat could trash their heartbeat to be fine. They're multi-accessing with turning wheel, hit a complete image, they're gonna trash that, which still gives them the turning wheel back. Cool, nice to hear. Not a big Potitza fan myself, but people generally like it. It's, you know, like Potitza. Potitza is great. We'll gain SSL. Ooh. Unfortunately, we don't have enough money for border controls, so we need to wait a turn. I guess we can draw once and then hedge fund. We need basically 5 plus 8 credits. We need 13 credits. So we could IPO here. We're gonna need the money anyways. It's a 1 in 4, but it's not guaranteed that they'll steal this, and then we can jam next turn. Could look like an NGO front, but then they basically have to run it first, second, and third. If they spend 1 click, oh no, if they spend 2 clicks doing anything else. So who knows? I think that's the best window we have. I think they're gonna respect Obakata. Angram Flush. We know their hand. So I'm not going to reveal, even though we could. Or we have to, in theory. Trash Rashida. That means they're going to see another card. That's bad news for us. They could see 2 more, even if they wanted to. We got anything worth archive memories? Unfortunately, no. Snare is probably the best, just to pull it in hand, which will eat some of their cards. But again, they have a reboot. They're just going to get some access here. They might see 2 on HQ, and we have a chance of losing a side game. As soon as they know this is a side game, whatever we jam is a problem. Slot machine, okay. But I think they run anything. Assimilator, Flips up a Harbinger. Yeah, in theory they have like infinite damage protection if they just keep flipping over Harbinger over and over again. All right, so in theory we're gonna push the SSL because this is safer in HQ. They could have ran R&D and won. Feels bad. All right, so I think they win if they don't like do like what else do they dirtle around with on 2 clicks here? They also can just trash it over again. So they technically have infinite econ with a simulator Harbinger. It's pretty cool. Hang on, doesn't Engram do something with the second run since they can't hunting ground twice? Yeah, they could break it. I don't think they ever ran it twice. Are we fucking up actually? Maybe that did happen. What's up, Cephalopod? All right, so this they break for 3. They also could just like prevent the damage if they wanted to, but I imagine 3 credits isn't a big ask for them. We can choose here. In theory, we know what'll do the most damage, but I don't think it matters. They have event, hardware, resource, so we're gonna call event. Slot doesn't do anything, but Engram does. So break for 3. This will fire, they'll lose 3, and we'll do everything we can here. Do you know for sure that the 2 credits they pay for BC is not worth right now? Yeah, almost definitely. They don't need to break this. This costs them 3. There's no reason. Showing them this is worse than rezzing it. Like, 2 credits aren't going to matter. They also have a gamble in hand if they're really scared, and they could still steal Nobakata. Let me get to that NGO. It shouldn't matter. I'd be really surprised if 2 credits matter. I really don't think it does. Maybe rezzing it makes it less interesting to run. Maybe that was good to make it like less approachable. But now they can make it through. Stream down? Uh-oh. Whoa. Apparently the Twitch stream went down. Yo, YouTube, you still there? I still have a connection. Yeah, we're still streaming on YouTube. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's excitement. That's excitement. It's back? All right, we're still up. Back. Woo! They don't know if we don't know if they're running it again. Tube is up, thank you. Okay, I don't know what happened. We border controlled the stream, unfortunately. Oh wait, guess what? We lose. And it only took us 18 turns. Good game. We really don't have a chance there. I feel so bad. So the rest of our deck, oh, we had an Obakata on top. Again, the Obakata wouldn't have mattered. They did always keep 5 in hand. They'd still have the buffer drive recursion. They have a lot of damage prevention. So that was actually the last 3 agendas in our deck. That's a bummer. Apex Karma. Totally, but like Apex is so good at dealing with damage. Didn't expect to play against something that countered so well. Didn't expect to play against something that countered so well. Yeah, we got no chance. Yeah, it's absurd. It's an absurdly strong counter. The thing is, like, did Apex do anything better in terms of like economy, engines, all that sort of stuff? I don't think so. I think the only thing we lose to is Heartbeat as a console. I think that if they just had Heartbeat and played anything else, I think we probably would be in a bad spot. Can we get a win next game? I don't think so. I really don't know. Steam had issues too. Was watching my partner play a game over it on voice chat, but it went down. Then he started streaming. So there's that. Oh, weird. What's the 1-pointer? Our 1-pointer. What was the face down in archives? Breached, and then all of the complete image. Our 1-pointer is, what's it called? Gene Splicer, which I think is really cute. I really like it. I really like Gene Splicer a lot. I think it's a cool card. I'm interested to try Gene Splicer in like net damage acid decks, like the sort of like decks that you would expect to run Junebug, but run this as another cheeky way to maybe close the game out, because it's like the best of both worlds. It's not the lethal blowout kill of Project Junebug, but if you moosh and advance this too, like 4 damage is respectable, and it's like a free point. By free, I mean like you pay 3 credits for it, which is fine. It's probably okay. The problem is those decks a lot of times don't no worries at all. Don't end up scoring out, so I don't know. It's like 5 credits, 4 clicks. Yeah, I'm talking about Mushin. You're right though, it is actually really expensive. But again, if you're winning the game on it, if it's your 7th point in this deck, you don't care. I don't know, I've jammed one out early too. Because just kept pushing the Gene Splice to be annoying. I don't think it does anything though, Maui. You're right, it would be annoying. It'd be more annoying than clicking for credits, but at that point, like, they have a reboot, they have like buffer drive, they can take a free damage off the Splice every turn. It's credit intensive, it's click intensive. But it might have been better than nothing. It actually probably would have been better to do the border controls and push the Splicer than push the actual agenda. I think that's a real point. Just because we could have done it again the next turn and the next turn, but then at least the server turns to shit. I think actually that's right. That would have been a probably more compelling play. Anywho, I think that's all for today. We're going to upload a video later tonight of the GNK games, which I think were way better than any of the games we played today. Today was brutal. Really did not have a good time, unfortunately. Had a great time hanging out with everyone and having a conversation, but the Netrunner was just unfortunate. We played some really niche decks. I think Vincent said this. We played against some niche pocket decks that absolutely stomped on our archetypes, like Sunny, very bad. I think that deck we were playing was really bad. I think this Apex matchup is so difficult to win at, unless we jam really fast, and we had the agendas to do it, but they got the Obakata, so they got up to speed right in time. So I shouldn't revisit the VOD. I'm not gonna say no. Content is content, but you know, whatever. Got paid to watch today. Best stream ever for the reasons alone. Hey Maui, glad to get in on that. I think Thanos at the top, we talked about the meta a bit, and I think that was maybe interesting enough, but oh, the games weren't great. Thanks for the stream. You're gonna play my marathon smoke against you. Ah, Beans. Another time pick for sure. Thanks for the stream. Better luck next time. Thank you. We'll get a video up today, and then we'll get a video up on probably Wednesday, and then we'll be back streaming on Thursday. Hopefully we'll have a deck or something. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for all you do for the community by making Netrunner content. Hey, Rabbi, glad that you're digging it. You doing any daytime streams now, Andre? I have some perfectly ordinary decks I could bring during lunch break. I can't do daytime streams. Oh, I just turned my flashlight on my phone on because I, in theory, work, and I can't guarantee what times I can take lunch at, and then it'd only be an hour, and I don't love to do that. But that's largely it. I can't keep up anymore. Too much content. When's next stream? It'll be Thursday, but we'll have a video out late tonight or a video also on Wednesday, or if not Tuesday. So we'll see. Hopefully you're having good, or you're ending up with that Easter holiday. If that's something you, what's the word? Not respect. If that's something you, whatever. If you do that sort of stuff. And otherwise, the long weekend, maybe you had that. If not, if you're staying inside, hopefully you're all doing good and staying safe and healthy. I'm no Observe. That's the one. Thank you. Observe is exactly it. Celebrate counts too. What time Thursday? Same time as we always do. It starts about 8:45 Eastern. We usually go to around 11:30 midnight. Observe. Yeah. Thank you. Practice. That's a good one too. Excited about bunnies. Oh man, the fucking bunny event is done in Animal Crossing, and I'm so jazzed about that fact. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks everyone hanging out in chat. Had a great time. A lot of people hanging out today. I know a lot of people are at work or at home at work, which is a good time to engage with other content. And everyone we played games against, thanks so much. And everyone watching the VOD, take care of yourselves, y'all. Hey.